We should, though.
All right, we are live. Hello, everyone.
Brave.
I know we had to rush it on that. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fate's End, a homebrew Dungeons and Dragons game driven by fate. I will be your tail weaver for the evening. I already see Game Player 3009 is in chat. McBluff is in chat. How's everyone doing this evening? Let's go ahead and get into our announcements. Oh. And Danielle's in chat with the resub. Just saw that.
What's up?
Thank you for the resub, Danielle. First, let's shout out our partners. First we want to shout out Tabletop Audio. With tabletopaudio.com for the ambiance and the music in this episode tonight. All of this audio is amazing and completely free to use in your own games. But please consider supporting Tim on Patreon so he can continue to make amazing sound sets. We currently support him and encourage you to do so as well. And we will put a link to his website in chat so that you all can see. Makes amazing sound sets, all free to use in your own game, and can even use them online as well. There's an online player, I believe, that is on his website. We do want to shout out our partners now. Wanderly Dice is a small handmade dice making company here in Huntsville, Alabama. They make sharp edge dice, dice jewelry, and other adventure items such as hand stamped leather journals and handmade resin pens. You can find their shop at wanderlilydice.com, and be sure to use the code Ink&Lyre 10 to get 10% off your order. I also, if you live in Huntsville, Alabama, they were at the Huntsville Expo this past weekend, and I couldn't help but buy more of their dice. and I'm actually going to show you the set that I bought. Bam! They are the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And I have a child. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But this is the set that I bought. Absolutely gorgeous. I call them the Stardust set. And my D20 is named Tristan. So for those of you who get that reference, you are the most amazing person and people ever. So go check them out. Use 10% off your order if you'd like. Daniel's got it in chat for me. I'm just double checking. I wasn't sure if he was at the computer. Last week, and then shouting out our next partner, which I'm super excited about. We usually do this the first Monday of the month, but we didn't get to it last month, and we've been promoting it all week. Of course, is our Nine Realms ad, our special giveaway ad, because we are giving away this gorgeous Catalog's Hero Vault. I'm gonna put your favorite hero miniature in there. This is what you need to put them in, or you can put your dice in here. I've actually seen Tanya one, and Tanya actually can fit I think 2 sets of dice. But yes, the beautiful hero vaults, which we're going to be giving away un momento. But first, we got to tell you about Nine Realms Gaming. So everyone, welcome to April and our belated Nine Realms Gaming giveaway. This month, I stared out my window, out into the April showers that will bring May flowers, and I thought nothing says spring like the absolute diabolical murder and sabotage of my sinuses as nature tries to kill me through my allergies. So tonight, we present to you 001, I Guess We'll Die. The casino floor is smoky. Smooth jazz plays in the background as kings and crooks alike dance with Lady Luck. But that's not the only dangerous game being played here. A man glides from the roulette table over to the bar, lights up a cigar with a match, because mysterious.
Vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
Of course, right away. Are you enjoying the hospitality the Diamond D20 Casino has to offer this evening?
I am. Now that I've met you. What did you say your name was?
I didn't say, but you can call me Kitty a Go-Go. I'm the wife to the casino owner. Dr. Inconspicuous. He's rich and completely inconspicuous. There's nothing diabolical or explosive about him at all.
Kitty, well, your husband is about to roll a natural 1 in his next poker game.
Doubtful. He's never lost. He's undefeated. He can't lose. He's the best there ever was. Don't be a fool.
Pause for martini swirl and a sip.
You are right about one thing, Kitty. He was. I'm going to walk away mysteriously and very abruptly now.
Hames returns to the casino floor. He tosses his cigar on the ground as he approaches the kingpin table because he's just too cool. A small fire erupts on the casino floor. Time seems to stop. Slow motion as the casino floor gets even smokier. But nothing is gonna stop this poker game. And the kingpins take notice. Juan doesn't even ask about the buy-in as he sits down.
You seem to be lost, Mr.
5 million on the next hand. And the name is Wand. Hames Wand.
Wand. Well, I am happy to welcome those that have come to make me richer.
Oh, just deal with it. Wouldn't want to waste your time, Doctor.
The smoke in the room is getting thick. Thicker than split pea soup in a retirement home. But not because the casino floor is on fire. No, it's because of the anticipation in the room. High stakes are on the table here. Cards are being drawn. The kingpins eye one another, desperate for a flinch and a giveaway of what's lurking behind their hands.
All in. Even though I only have the 5 mil.
I'll call, Mr. Wand. You must be very brave, or very foolish.
The river card, Ace O Spades. And the poker faces endure ever longer. The doctor is the first to reveal.
Ha! Such a shame. Oh, for you, I'm afraid. Tony, stack up my chips.
Doctor, I'm afraid you are mistaken.
Wand reveals his hand nice and slow-like, flipping one card at a time. We never saw this cliche coming, a royal flush.
You see, my hand can't be beat. Just like the tabletop RPG accessories by 9 Realms Gaming. Accessories made from the finest woods this realm has to offer. Now, tell me the codes to stop the nuclear missiles.
You are too late, Mr. Wand! Those codes are useless to you now. What I can tell you is that the code LURK10 will save you 10% off your purchase of any 9 Realms Gaming items.
The room is tense now. Many people flee from the casino, not because it's on fire and guns have been pulled, no, but because they have and get their hands on the computer to use the code LURK10 and grab some sweet tabletop gaming merchandise from 9 Realms Gaming. That's my line. The kingpins pull out their own guns, but Wand is always one step ahead. He throws a D20 and it explodes, filling the room full of smoke. The perfect getaway in a series of Michael Bay explosions and slow motion shots. Wand combat rolls over the casino table, avoids a rogue bowler hat, a poker chip as well, and then it hits him. The casino. The casino is where the nuclear missiles are being harbored. He can still stop this. He throws 2 more D20s behind him as he walks calmly out of the casino. A shockwave. My God, he's somehow still standing. And then he takes off his sunglasses he's been wearing this whole time and throws them off to the side.
Didn't I tell you? I'm licensed to deal critical hits. Visit 9realmsgaming.com.
And that is the end!
Truly inspired.
I did not read the entire ad, so I just got all of this firsthand, and I'm so happy.
It's always best if you get it firsthand before it's read. Oh, and with that, I do want to show you guys brand new. They're just about to release their compact, beautiful warrior set that I picked up at the expo this weekend. Oh, look how it all fits together. You got your dice vault. Oh, look at that bad boy. You got your warrior vault. Ah, look at that. And then, of course, a gorgeous dice tray, and it all fits together. It's going to be $120 for the full set. You can also buy the tower for $35, the vault for $40, or the tray for $45. You can mix and match colors if you like. They have 6 different colors: red, blue, green, black, purple, and a natural brown color. It's going on their website this week, so make sure to grab one for yourselves. Shout out to Sirenscape for the ambient sounds and music as well. We use their online player for our stream, and we use their sounds from time to time as well. Just a reminder, our Discord is available to all our community members. That is Command Discord, so come join us, hang out with the cast and crew and our humble little community. I'm gonna go ahead and start our Catalogs Hero Vault giveaway right now in chat. If you would like to enter, you must be following to enter. Hold on, let me start it. There it is. Start giveaway. It is now live. You must be a follower on our channel to enter, and that is command loot to enter, which is !loot. And we will announce the winner after our break this evening. The last announcement. It's almost here. We will be doing a Neverland charity live stream this Friday, April 16th, and our beautiful Deanna, who is Esperise, will be DMing that charity live stream. We're going to be using the module setting Neverland, the Impossible Island by Diana Gatta. I've been avoiding saying the last name because I'm terrified I'm going to say it wrong, and I don't want to say it wrong. But yes, she is known as Super Dylan on Twitter. Amazing writer. She wrote that module that we're going to be using. She also co-hosts the Femsplain podcast. Let me put her Twitter in chat for everyone if you want to go check her out. There it is. If you want to go check her out. Yes, so that, and we were going to be, the charity live stream is to benefit Child's Play this week. So please come join us Friday for that. Going to be super exciting. And it's at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I forgot to mention that. It's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. With that, tonight, Esperise is going to be recapping last episode for us. So with that being said, the time has come. Let us draw our cards for tonight's episode of Fate's End.
Oh, hello. It is so wonderful to see you again. You are looking very well. Myself and my party, we are hard at work, those of us who aren't in prison. At work to get Samson out of prison, of course. Last time, on Fate's End, all of us had reconvened and explained all we had done and learned on our missions. Finn now shared the deal that Lord Garvos had so, graciously offered over dinner.
Luden's eyebrow raises.
So we made a deal with Caravis.
And then it goes back down.
But, the deal is basically... So there's 3 lords that we have to approach about a certain issue, concerning Belgain. Caravis no longer wants Belgain to have his title.
There were, naturally, mixed feelings about this possible betrayal of a friend, but in any case, we made our way to the Fuzzy Navel for drinks and, hopefully, a conversation with Belgain Vigor himself. But when we arrived, something else got our attention. It was poor Volpa, hissing and spitting miserably under Eleanor, Samson's Vardo.
Finn's going to approach the Vardo very slowly and kind of stop about 2 or so feet away and lower himself and see if he can peek down to make sure it is Volpa.
You lean down and look under, and you see the luminescent glowing of eyes like two small moons reflecting light off from them. And they stare at you, teeth bared, the lips of the snout pulled back, and a low growl building once more. And you kind of have to adjust your eyes, but you do see that it is Vulpa. You see chunks of fur from her body missing, and the skin beneath raw and some parts bleeding. You see chunks of her fur kind of littering the ground underneath and all around her. You may make an animal handling check if you'd like.
Yes.
We all tried to comfort Volpa, and it sounds so unkind, but she wanted to stay where she was. We left her there to enter the bar. Muddy was inside, our friend from the road, and he was chatting away with Belgain about his contraption, the fart, and how he hoped perhaps Belgain might join him in his travelling tavern venture. When we joined the conversation, it became a little more, tense.
It might be an army next time, it might be demons, it might be anything like that, but I do want to make sure that if things did come down to it, that the cities that I at least visit have something in place to where they can, I don't know, protect themselves. And
Well,
seeing as I'm talking to the leader of the army, if something like that were to happen here, would you be able to step in?
well, I'm not the leader of any armies. My name may dictate what I'm supposed to do, but that it doesn't. It's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's fair.
After drinks, the party moved in the direction of rest. I took a moment to bring a bone out to Volpa, to try to make sure she was eating, so that Samson would know that we tried to care for her while he was away. Briaria caught me in it and was very kind about the whole thing.
I cannot understand so much, but I can tell her what you said.
Just tell her that I am very sorry.
For what?
Well, as I said, her friend is separate from her. But we are doing what we can to make it right.
If anyone is at fault, it's Samson. But I will tell her we will get him back.
Upstairs, Luden was goal-oriented as always, and Finn was, well, goal-oriented in his own way. Luden wanted to use the sending stone to contact Kaya of the Sparrowhawks, and Finn wanted to make a friend.
There's a price to talk to Kaya.
Well, yeah. I mean, normally I'll give my friends whatever they want, but
Finn, let's not play around right now. I really need to speak to her.
I'm not playing around. I'm serious. You are going to give me something and I'll give you the sending stone, right? I want to train with you in the mornings, please, Luden.
Sure. Give me the sending stone.
A sure meaning like yes?
Yes. Give me the sending stone.
Okay. He'll take it out and he'll
Have him
toss
say
it
it in a sentence. Have him say it in a sentence.
Caught it and walked
He
out
says
the door.
yes.
And as he's walking out the door, he'll be like, only sometimes though. And he'll close it.
Luden did get his conversation with Kaya, though I do not know how comforting he found it.
That's awful. It's rough here. La Cambria is stressed. The collapse has leaders from all over coming to vie for control over her. I think that's exactly 25.
Then it was time to sit down and actually formulate a plan. After much discussion, we decided to take each noble as they came. to try to make the situation as much in Belgain's favor as we could, but having our first priority always being freeing Samson. If we could perhaps convince a noble to fund Muddy's fart and kickstart a profitable business venture for Belgain, that was I think you would say, gravy? We thought we bet it down. Bavaria slept outside under Eleanor with Vulpa, and I slept in a sleeping bag on the floor of our hotel room. Which was fine, of course, it's just no. I think we were all considering how lonely Urmir must feel without Samson. We just started dating, but he is standing strong through all of this.
We gotta talk to Urmir. He must be feeling this harder than anybody.
Right.
I am absolutely crushed, and none of you vex how I'm doing.
It's
We're
pretty
all
all over
going
your
through it,
face
man.
how you're feeling, to be fair.
I feel like it's just gonna fall into silence, and then you're gonna hear, "Hey, I'm here."
Are you okay?
Urmir just like leaves in the middle of the night, like, nobody follow me, I'm fine.
Fine, leave me alone.
I'm just gonna go collect sticks.
In the morning, we headed straight to the Hall of Brilliance to begin winning over our first noble, Lord Steelbone.
The entrance is formed by a series of very tall doors, flush against the wall, all between an equally tall stone columns. These doors themselves are like 25, maybe 30 feet tall, and are made out of a very heavy black metal. Very intricate and tall, similar to the doors of the Basilica of St. Peter, but more Celtic style. Once more, you all feel very, very small. The doors impose a sense of inferiority that has become a common theme in Digbrand's architecture.
It was an absolutely beautiful landmark. So many plaques and dioramas and artifacts. We had a guided tour from the High Curator, Clay Nichols, who is a lovely, lovely gentleman. We impressed him enough that he invited us to speak with the Lord himself, Lord Freya Steelbone.
But strong dwarven individual with a variety of scars. Their blonde hair is tied up very tightly in braids, and then there's one that kind of like loops over their forehead. Their eyes are a piercing green, and they're in the middle of rolling up their sleeves when you arrive. No problem. Needed Clay. In fact, this is a perfect time. I could use a bit of help.
Unfortunately for our plans, Steelbone and Vigor were, apparently, childhood friends. It would be difficult to convince this person to betray someone they held such love and nostalgia for. But I thought perhaps that was not necessarily what we were asking them to do. I stayed behind a moment to have a conversation with them. Is that I had to let go of my role in that family. I had to leave. And then when I become my own person, free of the privileges and the restrictions given to me by my family name, that was when we were able to love each other again. But I do not know your situation. I only know what happened for me. All technically true, but not now. I will address that thought in prayer. We continued forward to the earthen basin, where we were told that Lord Alehammer had already rented out the entire spa. We convinced him that we were wounded warriors seeking medically important respite for our sore muscles, and he most graciously invited us to share the baths. Lord Alehammer is truly wonderful. A genuinely kind man with love in his heart, especially for his son. The man is a true father.
Like I said, I'm very close with my son. We are best friends. We talk about everything, and he's invested a lot into me. And I'm afraid when I'm gone, he won't have anyone. He's very shy and very timid, and he needs someone that will take my place.
I think Urmir was also won over by Alehammer's complete disdain for Gervas. He said that he was only voting against Gervas's motion to kick out Belgain because he wanted to tick Gervas off.
I personally think he's a bit of an ass. I know he's been pushing for this cockamamie motion for a while. He made, if you can believe it, the remark that my son was strange and slow in front of the other dwarven legacies some time ago. So, I like to vote no against him, just out of spite to piss him off.
We promised Alehammer that we would, of course, be guests at his upcoming function and bring with us eligible young singles who might become a fast companion of his son's. He says his son is a shy, awkward young man, but true love pierces beyond these things, I feel. I hope it's going to have to. Samson is gone. However kind his friends choose to be to me, I know that I am responsible. And I know that we will all do whatever it takes to get him back. Deceit, manipulation, I know Prearia has offered assassination. This is not the way the temple raised me, but it is the path they set me on. We will do what needs to be done. I apologize. I am thinking aloud now. I do hope you will visit us again. You will be joining us for the Lord's party, yes?
And we are back. Thank you, Cycle, for the follow. All right, so we jump back in as the party finishes their relaxation at the earthen basin. Your conversation with Lord Alehammer has ended. You rinse off the mud and put your clothes back on, feeling refreshed, more relaxed, and rejuvenated once more. As you exit, you can see the basin has begun to take new patrons once more, with the leave of Lord Alehammer. Not quite the dwarven lord that you all anticipated meeting. You all return up the tunnel, the platform pulling you up nearly 1,000 feet through the mountain, and then it stops, and you return to the fuzzy navel. And the moment is yours.
Well, that went very well.
I think so. He seemed really nice.
Yeah. So, I guess now we have to play Matchmaker again?
Socially inept, awkward son.
What makes match with dwarf?
Well, I think the son sounds very nice. His father says that he's interested in reading and drawing and more, academic pursuits. So maybe he's just not so practiced socially. He might be very, very lovely.
He sounds very dateable. I think that it'll be easy to find somebody for him. But we should all try and maybe find different people for him, right? He should have a lot of choices.
Okay.
This is like his debut. He needs choices.
All right.
Well, we have met a fair amount of people in the city.
Thinking for the function, we might each have a +1. So if each of us just found someone that we thought maybe might be a good fit for the young man, and then we bring them with us to the function.
Sure.
That's a pretty good idea.
Works.
But who are we going to bring? It has to be perfect.
I was going to go back to the Hall of Brilliance and speak to Nicholas. I don't. That's where my thoughts goes first, but I don't know.
Did he seem really lonely to you?
In some ways, he mostly seemed very academic, and he liked to talk about these things. And I thought, even if there is not a romantic spark, they have similar interests. They could make friends.
Okay. I'll go get Deirdre.
Who?
The,
I didn't hear you.
Deirdre?
Oh, Deidre. Okay.
Deirdre, yeah. Deirdre, you guys remember? We met her at the
Deidre.
spa, the manager.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
toga. Yeah.
She's very lovely. That's an excellent idea.
She smells like mud.
Yes. And yeah, that sounds like it will work. I feel like the other people we've met are too strange. Like, Gary and everybody. He has a weird accent.
Gary is not so. Gary cannot help where Gary is.
Okay.
You seem awfully defensive of Gary, Bray. Are you gonna take him?
Gary was not. Yes, I take Gary. I bring Gary.
You're seriously gonna take Gary?
No, don't. You don't have to do that for Arya.
I am so sorry. Who is Gary?
Gary is perfectly nice shop elf, dwarf person.
Definitely not an elf.
Not elf.
He is social awkward, I guess.
With a lovely cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, I understand. Great idea, Briaria. Very nice.
Speaking of the shops, what about Lady Marvel's assistant?
What was her name again?
Like Caroline or
Caroline, yes.
was it?
Don't think.
I'm
Was it? She called her something different.
Claire, maybe?
Charlotte?
Casey?
Charlotte sounds good.
It definitely started with a C. I'm leaning towards Caroline.
Carl?
No, it was
Carla?
Caligula.
Almond, wasn't it?
Caligula is an excellent option, Briaria.
Caligula.
I don't think that's what it was.
Maybe
but her,
if you call her all those names, one of them will be right.
Okay.
Well, it seems like she needs a break. She needs to go to a party.
yeah, she needs to go to a party, and perhaps having someone to vent about her work would, benefit them both.
I think I'm gonna take Cynthia. She seemed really nice.
That again.
Cynthia, like the Waker, the one that's not Donald.
Oh,
Finn.
Or the one that's
Finn, let's not do that.
Are you
Oh,
sure you
Finn
want to
at
take
all.
the Waker?
Why?
She's in a very vulnerable place currently.
Yeah, the
Also
last time
trapped in room.
Well, yeah, parties help with that,
And how are you gonna get Cynthia out? Yeah, let's not take Cynthia.
I'm gonna take. I'll think on it. Let's see. I'm gonna take Cynthia. I'll find a way.
You sure you've got your heart set on that?
Yeah, Finn.
Love finds a way, guys. Love finds a way.
Yeah, and the vault's next to Samson.
I'm not coming to get you if you go to the vaults because you try and steal Cynthia.
You wouldn't come get me?
No.
You're getting
I'm being honest.
Samson. You like Samson more than me?
I agree with Samson's plan.
Of course we would come get you, just don't make us have to.
Good. I'm glad you would get me if I became petrified.
But, Ludin, we have to. Who's gonna revive her the next time I get knocked down in combat?
No, for this
It'll
one, I'm
revive
just not
any
gonna
of
lie. Yeah, whatever. But let's make it interesting. I
Okay.
feel like a little bit of extra gold to roll around. I'm gonna put a couple gold on. Who wins?
So you want to make it a bet?
Why not?
Well,
That's so unlike you, Ludin.
All of the money party funds, anyway, it belongs to each of us equally. I mean, besides whatever you brought from home, of course.
This is true. I just have an extra 283 gold that I was gonna give Ermir, but we failed, so.
Wait. You were gonna give... Why?
Remember? I told you if we succeeded, I was gonna give you the money. And we failed miserably.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to put it up for a wager, I'm always game.
Interesting. Well, what do you have to offer?
Esperis, do you have the party phones?
What about services, Ermir? Let's do things
Services?
that we can all do.
hmm.
I want some magical things that I feel like Ermir can, make.
You want me to make something for you?
Yes.
So if Ermir loses, he has to make us stuff?
Well, I mean, that's what he could be wagering.
Well, what are the rest of you gonna wager?
It's up to the rest of the party. I have 283 gold.
Well,
Or
if
I can wager for Finn that I will let him train with me every day.
I was gonna say that. Yes. If I win, I get to train with you every day.
Well, if I win, you don't get to train with me at all.
No, it's only sometimes. You already have the sending stone. That's not fair.
I feel like this is substantially more than what you gave me. The sending stone. Besides, it's only if I win, right?
I guess. Sure. Yeah, we're gonna win. I have faith.
Okay, what about the rest of us? If I lose, I have to make you all things. What if I win?
You get 283 gold from me.
I gave up material possessions when I entered the temple. I do have 2,000 gold, but I think I am needing this for things, so I don't know if I want to wager this. I have incense. Do you want incense?
Not sure what I would do with incense.
Incense is always useful.
Very, yeah. I could I could pray for you. I can name you. Just tell me what you want me to do. Maybe.
How about just one favor?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
A
Of
favor.
course. Absolutely. Yes.
So, I'm offering gold. Ermir's offering services to make things. Finn and I have our own special thing. Esperis is offering a favor. And Prearia?
Favor sounds fair enough.
Okay. I feel like that's interesting enough.
If I lose, I'll also give people favors. Whatever that entails.
Well,
So, it's a deal. Or a bet.
that is. I'm going to go get Deirdre, and Ludin's gonna go ahead and walk out and go start preparing for this all out.
All right. So, for the next 2 days, you guys...
You know you have your voice
You have
mod
your
on?
voice, Ron.
Hi, Caravis!
Like Caravis was that old.
Have I had this mod on the whole time?
No, just for that part.
It's like,
So,
have I
holy-
been Santa through all the announcements?
I want to, with the wagers that have been put on the table, I want to share what I know with one person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. this is something. Am I allowed to talk about it because it happened off screen? How I know a little bit more than other people.
Sure. I mean,
Esperis is
Should we just take our headphones out or something?
No. You can all know that you don't know. Esperis is the only person here proficient in history, so she knows what dwarven noble parties look like. And she's going to tell Finn about it.
Really?
I feel like I don't want to know. I want to be surprised.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, yeah.
They are completely informal. They are not balls. They are dancing, instrument playing, drinking a lot, eating an enormous amount. There's the formality of like you have to be polite and you have to talk about how good the food and drink is and have loud conversation, but it is a lot more like fast dancing, everyone having a jolly time. It is not a formal occasion.
Wow, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, of course.
Are you gonna be okay with that, Esprit? Aren't you like really into like, formal sort of?
I will be absolutely fine, thank you. I am going to go talk to Nicholas, though. Good luck with Cynthia.
I'm gonna go get Cynthia.
Okay.
So
for the next 2 days, and we'll fast forward through that. You all prepare and contact your dates. You prepare things for how they're going to look, and you go to various shopkeepers and put in your order so that everyone knows how much did you all spend.
We just spent 6 gold.
Because we talked about this previously. Okay?
6 gold. Ermer spent 15 gold on his, or on Caroline's, or Claire's, or her stuff.
I also spent 15 gold.
Oh my goodness.
Roundabout.
Esprit spent 4 gold.
I spent 9 silver and 4 copper.
Oh my goodness.
So Finn already knew what he was doing.
He thinks he knows what he's doing.
I'm so excited for you guys to see what Finn's date is wearing. I cannot wait.
Oh my god. Here we go.
Let's go.
So, again, for the next day or so, you see couriers roaming the city, handing out flyers to a variety of townsfolk, inviting them to attend the Alehammer celebration. The townsfolk are all abuzz with excitement at being invited to the Dwarven Lord of Bounty himself's celebration. And he's inviting the townsfolk and visitors and tourists to attend. From overhearing local townsfolk, you gather that this isn't entirely uncommon, but it doesn't happen that regularly. You also gather that this is going to be one heck of a celebration, as Lord Alehammer is, of course, in charge of all the dwarven ale and food supply in Digbrand. As you all, the day of arrives, you rush off to get the matches that you have selected, and you all meet back up at the Fuzzy Navel with your chosen match. At this point, what do all your matches look like? How have you dressed them, and who? We already know who you chose, but how have you all dressed these individuals?
Anyone who spent more than 10 gold pieces has to go first.
Yes.
Why wouldn't we go last?
Let me tell Kara. Let's roll for it. Lowest goes first.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
D20. Whoever goes.
Okay.
Whoever rolls lowest goes first.
Rolls lowest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Perfect. So we got Deanna first, then Danny, then me,
You.
then then Christian, then Rain.
Right. So Deanna, what does Clay look like? What have you dressed
Right.
Clay up as?
I'm going to stress that I don't necessarily remember exactly what his hair colors and stuff, so I'll be using some vague terminology. But essentially, the curator is looking dressy casual. He's got his hair kind of elegantly side parted, and his beard has clearly been like oiled and like braided cleanly, like he's keeping up his appearances head wise. But then just for clothing, he's got pretty simple black trousers, a white shirt that's kind of unbuttoned a little bit, just a little bit of chest hair, just a little bit of, a hint. Sleeves rolled up, forearms. I know what people are into. Forearms are out. Um, Black, very soft leather shoes that have kind of soft soles. And then the main thing that she purchased was a deep, like, eggplant plum-colored waistcoat that's velvet and is embroidered all over with little beetles and other insects in, like, metallic threads. He's covered in bugs. That's what Mr. Nichols is looking like.
All right, Danny? Or
Cynthia,
Finlay?
get ready for it. So Cynthia's black hair has been pulled up and weaved into a delicate halo braid around her face. Fresh white flowers starred yellow in the middle are like interwoven in her hair. And it's bringing out the bright hazel of her eyes, of course. It's tied off with like a royal blue ribbon, the same kind of ribbon that's braided around her waist, where there's a belt lined with rocks. That's right, rocks, because she loves rocks. She has a necklace of the same smooth, perfectly circular rocks painted with tiny mandala designs of blue and gold and green and purple. And her sandals shine a very pretty ochre. It's very simple and elegant. Let's see. Oh, but wait. The most extravagant detail of this lovely waker's attire is not her hair, nor the subtle brush of gold across her eyelids and her lips. It's the dress. Splashed in attractive swirls of gold and blue, of green leaves and black speckles, and repeated over and over in wonderful abundance is the shining star of fashion. A smiling masterpiece hybridization between a cat, a llama, a snail, and a bald baby. And so this dress is stitched together with like different colored thread that Finn found in the trash, but that's okay because it looks gorgeous on her. She's wearing rocks and rock cats.
I want to point out that Finlay wanted to dumpster dive for fabric.
Wanted to kind of recycle because it's really, good for everybody, the environment, the people. And, you can find the best gems in the trash. So Cynthia and I went into the trash, right? We're looking around, and then our fingers both touch this piece of fabric, and we lift it up. And Finn is like, the ears, they're so pointed and beautiful. And Cynthia's like, it lives in a rock. And we're like, perfect. We rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3 on investigation. That's what happened.
It's beautiful.
Esperise is perfectly perfecting her eyebrows way up, but betraying no emotion face.
It's like, so excited.
Wow.
Isn't it beautiful? It's so unique.
It certainly is, yes. Wow, what a conversation piece.
Right? No one else is going to have a dress like that at the party. I made it myself, and he holds up his fingers, and they're all, like, bandaged. And have Band-Aids all of them.
I love this.
Luden is muted.
You are muted.
There we go. Well, Luden is just wondering how Finn got her out. He's not even looking at the dress. He's just trying to think to himself how this even happened. That's what he's wondering.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, do you want that story?
No, he doesn't need that story.
We can tell during the party.
I guess.
Man, I don't know how I'm going to follow that up.
Oh, all right. Well, Brandon, it is your turn, so.
All right. So, Caroline is looking quite beautiful as well. She has her hair tied in like one single braided ponytail that falls down to about the middle of her back. It's got like it's tied up with little golden bands around it. She's got her hair's done in makeup. She's got gold and green color scheme. Um, her dress is well, the top of her dress is like a leather vest that has like golden accents around the top and bottom, and it's got a golden buttons going down it. And the bottom of the dress looks like a ball gown, like it's very large and very poofy. It's got a bunch of layers of tulle on it and just like a bunch of thread. Um, all the layers of fabric are like earthy shades like hazel and brown and stone gray, and there's gold in there and like gold around the trim on the bottom. They're all kind of built up on top of each other, giving it this really big poofy ball kind of look to it. And yeah, she comes traipsing in, and you can tell that it was designed by Miss Marbell herself.
Beautiful.
All right. So Deirdre, if you guys didn't know or don't remember, at the mud pits, what they wear are togas. So she is in a toga dress. Her dress is black with a slit going down the left side all the way of her hip all the way down to the floor. She has a cut right here that goes down her chest. There's a little bit of cleavage, respectable, not promiscuous. But the bust of this cleavage is lined with gold that goes around her back, and inside of the fabric are the dust of ruby gemstones and a hint of golden powder. Her hair is long and curled, and it falls over her left shoulder. She is wearing a golden armlet that has 3 flowers that intertwine up her right arm. Across her waist is a golden belt that is tied in the back that falls along the lining of her lower back. Her mascara has a hint of glitter in it, and it's black. Her lipstick is red as the ruby dust near her bust. And the perfume that she wears is reminiscent of that and the earthen basin massage room. She has a little necklace in the shape that's like a locket in the shape of a heart that has a tiny bit of massage oil in it. And the shoes that she wears are some golden sandals that are like flat at the bottom. But my girl is ready to go.
I have a guess of what your strat for this lady is going to be, and I hope that I'm right.
Yes, you are. It's gonna be great.
I was gonna say.
I do have. You mentioned perfume, and I had something that I forgot to mention about my boy Nichols. When Asperese walks around, she has a 15-foot radius sphere of heavy perfume around her at all times, of like spiced pear and vanilla and that sort of thing. And that is now equally, there is a sphere of perfume around this guy. He was not getting out of Esperese's touch alive. It's like pine, sandalwood, and musk. It's very masculine and earthy, but it's definitely, you know when he's coming.
Excellent. All right, so my man's Gary. So the first layer is very simple, very flowy, white undergarments. They're sheer in some places, a little mystery going on. On top of that are very simple, lightweight earth tone leathers. Everything designed for ease of movement. He has matching sandals. It shows off his pedicure. It's very nice. Everything is designed for ease of movement, for a lot of dancing. In case he gets sweaty, he seems like he sweats. The only thing that is a little extra, a little extravagant, a little opulent, is that around his shoulders and chest and dotted through his magnificently braided hair are stone flowers made from geodes and quartz and emerald leaves and things. Very pretty, very delicate. His face is clean, no makeup, freshly exfoliated, possibly against his will. He's looking nice today. He smells like the inside of the shop still, but you know what? We did what we could.
Just imagining Praeria getting this guy ready for this and just telling him, you look like you sweat a lot as part of the brewery.
Like, look, you look
Wash
like you
your
need
face.
friends, you look like you sweat, you look like your pores have not seen air in your entire life. We fix now.
What about Mr. Wiggles?
Yes. Does he have Mr. Wiggles with him? Can I make him bring Mr. Wiggles?
Mr. Wiggles cannot come.
Ah,
Not even an animal handling.
No bow tie.
Check-in, she just straight up wants to take her.
Gary arrives and he says, "Hello, everyone.
hi, Gary. You
I
look.
am so
Nice.
happy that you invited me."
We know, Gary. We know.
Gary, your sebaceous filaments. You look radiant.
What did you say?
See, it's sort of like a black head. No, you look very, very good.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's almost as though I am wrapped like the packages that I wrap. He's so happy.
This is the choice I make.
Udin, is your date trying to seduce Alehammer or Torrance?
I thought that this might be a somewhat familiar type of face. I mean, if it works for the dad, like father, like son, who knows?
Little
Look.
weird, but okay.
Do we have evidence that the Lord Alehammer has an
No.
interest in the...
No, it's just, look, I'm not questioning any of your dates now that they are here.
Of course.
Mine.
This is true.
Gary's just poking.
Oh, damn
Listen
it,
to
Gary.
Gary, everyone. Listen to Gary.
Okay. So, you all begin making your way back to the halls of Legacy as you are ready for the party now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
The platform stops and you disembark. You look to your left as you walk, and the first tunnel you see is a darkened, doused tunnel that you all know leads down to the Vigor estate, the home of the Vigor family, where the Vigors have lived for generations upon generations. And directly across that tunnel, another estate that you also know very well, the Goldlight estate. The tunnels are aglow with braziers leading down to the golden palace of Lord Kervis. The gateway closed and guarded. Another card has been drawn, and it lies face down on the table. The choice is made only when you have completed your task will you know its face, and so you pass both tunnels. Lord Alehammer's estate lies at the very back of the hall. You pass the tunnels to Burn Silver, Plate Fist, Brawn Maw, Steel Bone, all leading up to the Alehammer estate. You can see a variety of guests walking down the tunnels along with you toward the estate, or a variety of individuals of all social statures. The interesting thing is you can't really tell. Some people are dressed in simple, clean clothing, some are dressed in more finer, noble clothes, but none are over the top or elaborate. You see one person wearing a belt of ale steins, probably 8 total, like a fanny pack, and they clink together, clink, 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 as they walk. Another is carrying a small cask on their back. You look over, and you see a small family with children, ranging from 12 to 20. And I will pause to let you guys react for just a moment as we approach this party.
Well, Freyaria had changed into her traveler's clothes because they were the only other things that she had, and now does not feel nearly as underdressed.
Yeah, Luden definitely, like, he had taken off his cloak and popped it inside out, and on like the inside it's a tiny bit nicer because it's less worn, but that's what he has, and his hood is still up. He's looking around, and he wants to go over to Deirdre and be like, so are you overly dressed? Did you not tell me when I was, what? Do you know what? I never asked. How dressed up are we supposed to be for this thing?
Oh, they're usually pretty casual, actually. But I couldn't turn down this new pretty dress now. You just were so excited, and now look at me. I'm a radiating gem. I don't think anybody has spent this much on me before. You're such a sweetie. But yes,
And he's like, well, let's go get you a husband. And start walking forward.
Yeah.
Sounds like she already found one.
Yeah. Urimir he's obviously wearing his fancy new clothes too, and he is just gassing up Caroline. He's like, look, you're going to stand out. He's going to love you. You're clearly the prettiest one here. People don't know how to dress. Don't even worry about it. Don't even. You look spectacular. You look wonderful.
Caroline leans in and she goes, my name is Lenora.
Lenora.
And I didn't want to say anything because nobody really listens to me anyway. But thank you.
No, it's because back at the Lenore, you know what? I'm not the one you need to be introduced to. And he'll grab her hand and bring her inside and try to find the son.
Esperise is gonna alternate. She'll be spending some time, talking with Nichols, just letting him know, like, so I will introduce the two of you. He appears to be sort of an academic. I think you might have similar interests to chat about. But I think especially Finn, I'm assuming, is with Cynthia, and she's not being subtle, so other people might notice. Just like staring at Cynthia, being real weird about it.
Finn is holding Cynthia's hand, and he's just like, are you excited to have fun tonight?
Cynthia is just like, oh my goodness, it's just gonna be so much fun. Look at all these people.
And
everyone's
great.
just gonna be so happy. So much happiness in one room. I just think we're gonna burst like a volcano.
I hope you don't, because you're gonna have to dance later. Do you have your bouquet that we've made?
Of course I do.
All right, and you remember the steps we practiced in dancing, right?
Yes.
And you remember all the details of the basket weaver's gaze, right?
What?
The book I had you read? That's all about romance? You didn't read it?
Oh.
No.
I mean, I skimmed it. I didn't have a lot of time to read. I was just so happy about the party. I gazed out my window longingly.
I mean, okay, but you got the most important
I skimmed
parts, right?
it. The most important thing is to gaze, which is why I was gazing in the first place. It's all in the eyes, and she just looks at you.
Perfect. We'll work on it. Yes, we're gonna have so much fun.
Finn's date had homework.
Essentially what you see is like a Cynthia staring up at you, and then like kind of like the focus shifts and you can see Esperise behind you like a ghoul staring.
We're gonna die tonight.
Kalei is just like, well, this will be a lovely party. I do think it'll be nice, yes.
Yes.
He takes your arm because he's a gentleman.
Thank you.
Gary, of course, is just like, wow, what a place to be with such great friends that we're making. I feel like I'm closer to all of you already.
Gary, I am...
A Prearia, my lady.
may I escort you into the estate, ma'am?
You know what? Just be yourself,
I'm not
Gary.
that tall. You might have to bend your knees a little bit, but I think we'll be okay.
Gary thinks he's already on a date. Alright.
Some of you have misled your dates very, very badly.
Gary, you are here to make friend. Maybe. Not
I'm
on
very
8.
good at making friends. See?
We bring back to like a 4.
Wait, what?
Maybe just be a little. You know what? No, this. Yep, just do what Gary.
This is great. I'm so happy we agree. All right, everyone, shall we? Shall we promenade?
God, blow your nose.
Just keep talking, Gary. Just keep talking.
Great suggestion in chat. Esperise is going to cast Prestidigitation on Gary's nose to see if she
that
can
is
clear
just
out
his.
some that's not okay.
That is his voice. That is his. How else will you know when Gary is speaking?
You know.
If he cannot love you with your allergies, he does not deserve you with your clean nasal passages.
Why does he have allergies? We are underground.
You can be allergic to anything, okay? There's stuff in dirt.
From the flowers.
So.
There's stuff in dirt. Yes, there is.
Let us promenade. The gates down the Alehammer tunnel are wide open and the guards are greeting everyone wholeheartedly. You see a few children, about 3 of them, just run up and tackle one of the guards to the ground. You're like, Papa, Papa! And he kind of staggers back to his feet, embarrassed, and he looks up as his partner approaches. They both smile at one another as the guard says, I should have known you lot were gonna sneak up on me. And he looks at his partner. Make sure that they don't get into any trouble now. And his partner just smiles and shakes his head, sneaking a kiss before saying, the only thing they are gonna find putting to shame all others is through the Sovereign's dance. And they both laugh and exchange a few more words before making their way through the gates. Go ahead.
Can I do a history check on that Sovereign's dance?
Sure.
Evan's too busy, like, aww.
Louis just got asked Deirdre. You know what the Sovereign's dance is?
Oh, of course. It's the dance of the mountain.
Do you know how
Every
to do
Dick
it?
Brandian knows it. Yeah, of course I know how to do it.
Awesome. We're gonna get you to do it. With
Gary knows of the dance, but he does not know how to dance.
I know.
Does Nora know of the dance?
Nora.
I do. I do know how to use it. I do, yes. I don't lead it though. I don't know how to lead it.
That's okay. I have a partner in mind for you.
Cynthia, have you ever danced it? I
Oh,
would assume so.
Dancing! It's so magical. Sometimes I dance with my pillows.
Okay, great. So you've practiced. Perfect.
Mr. Nichols, are you familiar with the Sovereign's dance? I have evidently never heard of it in my life.
I am quite familiar, yes. It's very mathematically based, much like the mating dance of the Keiku beetles. But yes.
No, this is wonderful. That's great. Are you leader, follower? Do you have a preference?
Oh, I usually lead. It's very, very specific. I have to do it exactly correct, and if I'm not leading, then it won't be done correctly.
Is Luden hearing this?
I mean, you're all hearing everything together.
That's cool.
Oh, that's probably wonderful. Torrence seems,
Like he would.
I don't know how to say he seems like a follower without it sounding a certain
Awful.
way. Yes, it's wonderful.
So, as you all make your way through the gates, you lay eyes upon the state of Lord Alehammer. The whole entirety of the house is covered in the clinging vines of hops. You're immediately hit with the scent of fresh hops and wheat and tobacco. These hops are a little different from what you've seen outside the mountain. The vine portion of the plant is faded like a pale mint color. Sorry, I was making sure that we were on the right scene. The cones of these hop plants are more vibrant in color, like turquoise with a subtle glow. You see a cascade of these hop cones all over the building, dripping down almost like wisteria. Esprit, in a way, it almost reminds you of home. The houses covered in beautiful colored wisteria, up the sides, over the buildings, and dripping down over the entryways. The turquoise glow from the cones like fireflies all over the building. Like all of the homes in Digbrand, the house is carved from the mountain. 2 stories tall, very rectangular in shape. The stone of this house is white like marble, much more open with a variety of large, open rectangular archways that allow you to see parts of the home almost immediately. There is a balcony overlooking the entryway, and you can see Lord Alehammer holding his tankard, smiling down at his guests. You hear some of the people cheer below, "May you never go thirsty!" And every time they do, he takes a big swig of his mug and cheers, "Aye!" And the crowd cheers back from down below. You see large oak braziers paired on each side of the large doorway. The doormen stand along the entrance, and you can see they immediately begin filling and passing out tankards as people enter. You see ya boy with the belt of Alesteins strut up, and he puts his hands on his hips confidently, and the doormen just laugh and smile and begin filling up each of the 8 Alesteins all around his belt, giving them a loud glory to the strong with an added, "May you never go thirsty, friend."
Ludin's thinking to himself, I wonder if drunk Ludin's gonna have to make an appearance for this to work. Does not want that to happen.
Alehammer knows how to party.
He does. Hope you're ready to drink, Cynthia.
Deirdre, be ready to drink.
I'm going to approach one of the doormen with the growler that I've purchased of fuzzy navel. I came, I wanted to send this to Lord Alehammer so that he could have a taste. Should I give it to you or should I bring it myself?
Oh, Lord Alehammer actually loves to receive personal tastes directly. That way he can put the face to the drink.
Excellent. All right. Sorry.
Yes, you're very welcome to bring it in.
Espri's gonna look a little bit out of place saying this, but she's reading the vibe. May I have a tankard?
Oh, of course everyone is required to get a tankard before going in.
And like he passes you a tankard, he passes Clay, he passes the rest of you a tankard. He actually fills it up to the top until the foam just kind of pours over the side down along their your arms as everyone begins walking through. So everyone
chugs hers immediately.
They refill it immediately.
Excellent.
And they go, "May you never go thirsty, friend. Here's another." And he gets the tap and and you see oh, hold on, and this one's empty. He kind of knocks it against the side, and he just kind of takes his boot, and the other guard kind of kicks it, and it rolls down the side of the building, and kung hits a series of 8 barrels that are already empty along the side of the building, and then they roll another one down this kind of circular tower with a set of barrels already in it that roll down out, and he puts it back up and just pours you a fresh beer off of that one. There you go. Sorry about the wait. Here you are.
Ludin looks at Deirdre and actually whispers over to her. He goes, "Okay, so we're gonna need to take it a little easy on the drinking in the beginning until we figure out what your match is like. Maybe he might not like people who are overly drunk or anything like that. We're gonna time this out. If you like the gifts that I bought you can only imagine. The dad that owns this place, he can buy you way more things than I did. So we gotta get you to marry his son, okay?
Are you telling me I can't drink right now?
No, you can drink. Just
okay, great. I'm gonna go get me an ale then. She just immediately walks up, grabs the tankard, and begins like drinking it. It's like, are you telling a dwarf that they can't drink?
Yeah, they can. Just. Ludin's now really looking for because he knows when he gets drunk, so he at least wants to. He has no idea what anyone else gets like, so he's just gonna try and look for Torrence as quickly as he can to see if he can get a bead on what this person is like. So.
All right, so you guys make your way in.
You can hear, or you can feel Finn's smirk behind you, Ludin, as he's like, "You ready to become a princess, Cynthia? Toast."
You really think I'll be a princess? Oh my gosh, it's just ever what I've always dreamed of.
Well, your dream's about to come true tonight.
Oh! Upon entering, you are all given, of course, your own tankard filled to the brim with Lord Alehammer's specialty brew, straight from his personal reserves, salty and nutty. It's a dark ale with a very nice crisp finish, and Lord Alehammer calls it Gumption's Gumption.
Okay.
You are all led into the home, to the feasting hall, and the celebration is in full swing. Dwarves and visiting guests of all kinds are laughing and drinking, conversing with one another. The feasting hall is very, very large, about 50 feet by 150 feet. And you'd expect no less from the Lord of Bounty. You see two very large fireplaces roaring on either side of the room. One is much bigger than the other and kind of sits behind the Lord of the House's table. Very Game of Thrones like, where there's the house table, and that is perpendicular to all the guest tables out in front of it. You see 8 large chandeliers made from the metal bilge hoops, which are the metal hoops around the casks of fermenting beer or wine, and they're all parallel to one another. Above the largest fireplace, behind the Lord's table, sitting on the mantle, you see a variety of very detailed and intricate covered tankards and steins. There are about, 30, maybe 40 of them. There are a lot of them. Esprit, since you're the only one proficient in history, you may make a history check if you like.
Oh, yeah. I got an 8 on my last history check. 13.
Okay. Not quite high enough to get all the information. This is a dwarven tradition. A dwarf is typically given their own special tankard when they come of age, very personal to them and also made special to their personality. It could depict, their greatest fear and how they conquered it. It could depict their chosen trade or profession. And when a family member passes away, their tankards are placed above the mantle in what is considered to be the heart of the home. And that's all you know with that role. You all have a moment here to talk with one another real quick before Lord Alehammer comes out with his son and speaks to the crowd.
Do we look taller than everybody?
No, there's some people who are tourists that are here that are like human and tiefling, variety of different races and.
So it's
and
not
stuff.
just like us.
The majority of them, the majority of them are dwarves though, but you do see other individuals as well. But I would say like on a ratio, it's probably like 8 to 10. No, I'm sorry. I mean, like 2 to 10 probably.
Okay.
2 or 3 to 10 roughly.
Well, Ludin would like to go over and just pull Uramir aside, away from the party. And he's
you grab Uramir and he kind of tries to keep his beer from spilling a little bit, or his ale. He goes, "What's up, Ludin?"
He says, "So, how would you like to make 100 of that gold right now?"
I'm listening.
I can't let Finn win. So,
Do you really think he's got a shot?
look, I have no idea. Finn got her out.
Yeah.
These are very scary and trying times. I made that bet and thought about it, and I didn't think Finn was gonna be able to get her out, you know. So, kind of scared. That is my fault. That's my fault. I know. That's only if she wins. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Either way, 100 gold in it for you right now.
What do you want me to do?
Look, if I don't know what magical stuff you have in there, but you know, if Finn's date seems like they're getting closer to our boy Torrence, you know, maybe do something. Maybe spill a drink, make the date spill a drink on Torrence, or maybe make yourself invisible and whisper, "No, don't go there. This is your conscience," or something of that nature. We just help me out on this one. 50 gold up front, 50 gold after the party is done.
And why are you recruiting me for this?
Well, I thought, why not? I'm definitely not going for Esperise, because Esperise wins too many things already. She's going to be a handful trying to sabotage. Prearia will have her hands full with Gary. Let's be honest. Gary is... And then Ludin will just look and, like, point his head over at Gary and just be like, come on.
Gary's just like...
He talks like his nose has been stopped up since the day he was born.
Yeah, if Prearia somehow lets Gary win, she deserves whatever she gets. Let's be honest.
True. Yeah, sure. I'll 50 gold up front.
50 gold up front, and he will hand over 50 gold to Ermir.
All right.
Do we notice that they are having this conversation?
Are you trying to be stealthy?
Oh yeah, like we went.
Both
to,
of you make stealth checks. Wait. Yeah, make stealth checks.
I'm about to pass.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm casting.
Nope. It's already, the roll has already been asked for, so you cannot cast Pass Without a Trace. The roll has already been asked for.
Hang on.
Do that cast a brilliance?
Crap. Yeah, flash of. Well, I don't think it's gonna matter.
Well, do it to me. Do it to me. I haven't rolled yet. Here we go. 19.
Yeah, flash of brilliance on Ludin's roll.
Ooh.
So that's a 23.
You
that offsets my
you all see Ludin just disappears, but you see Uramir kind of walk off. You do notice Uramir walking off.
Those two things have absolutely nothing to do with each other. I don't know why you would assume otherwise.
Okay.
Wow, he just left you, Claire.
My name is Lenora.
Thank you.
Oh, Lenora.
I was planning on introducing Clay and everyone to Torrance at the same time in sort of a friendly sort of connotation. So if Lenora, you wanted to join Clay and myself, or would you rather have a drink? No pressure in any way.
Honestly, I think I'd rather have a drink right now.
Of course.
Maybe you'll meet somebody nice over at the drink table.
Maybe. She wanders off to go get a drink. She looks kind of sad.
Ink&Lyre, I was thinking perhaps you and Cynthia could come with me.
Sure. Yeah, we can come with you.
Yes, excellent.
That would be fun.
It would be very fun, yes.
Better we all introduce dates, or?
You and Gary can also come. Yes, of course. I was not
That
forgetting
is
Gary.
so nice of you to invite all of us together.
Yes.
Does Gary have to come?
That is what I was doing. I was inviting everyone. Except for, Lurmir, it looks like. Okay, move quickly. Yes.
Gary walks up to you as Bruce. He takes your hand and he goes,
You are an angel.
and he kisses your hand.
Well,
How much mucus is on her hand after he kissed?
No.
Damn it, Gary.
it immediately just she's got precipitation wild. It's clear.
Arya takes out a little squirt bottle and just squirts him in the ear. No.
Gary, you should introduce yourself to Torrance that way too.
So
It's not Esperise.
I was like, I've made a terrible decision.
So one time. This is why you shouldn't be nice to people.
So I assume they Ludin
Go ahead.
and Ermir see the party like leaving without them, because we are tall and it's 2 to 10, right? Ratio.
I mean, they see Ermir go walk off and stand like next to a pillar. They don't know that he's talking to you, but
What
they do
I'm
see.
saying, do we see them leaving and going towards Lord Alehammer?
After our conversation.
Yeah, after our conversation.
I mean, yeah, they're all in the same room, but like you all are gonna meet him at the same time. There's no like.
Cool.
We'll get there. Just hold
See
on.
your dates
Yeah, that's-
leaving.
You don't know where Claire is though.
Who?
Ermir.
Who? You mean Lenora?
I know, everyone gets her name wrong. So, you see Lord Alehammer enter the feast hall with his son at this point. You see Torrence Alehammer standing very sheepishly next to his father. His hair is an auburn, kind of reddish color, a reddish-brownish color, and his face is very clean-shaven. For his age, this is kind of strange for a dwarf. His clothes are not extraordinary in any way. If he wasn't standing next to his father and being introduced with such grandeur, you might have mistook him for a commoner. The only unique thing of note on his person is a large book held at his side. He looks down at the floor and avoids eye contact as his father calms everyone for a moment. And Lord Alehammer lifts his tankard.
Welcome, fellow.
Oh god.
Welcome.
I can't get his voice back!
Welcome, fellow Digbrandians and friends from afar. You are very lucky indeed to be visiting our grand city on a day of community and celebration. We haven't done one of these in quite some time, and I think it's past due, don't you?
And the crowd roars and drinks.
Drink and eat your fill, meet new friends, make new bonds, honor, might, family.
He looks to his son as he says that.
Glory to the strong.
But most
Importantly, may you never go thirsty, friends. Drink up and bring out the first meal for our guests.
they all cheer and down their drinks as the music kicks up. People begin taking to their seats at the tables. Lord Alehammer gestures to you all, and one of the house servants kind of approaches and says,
Lord Gumption Alehammer has requested you dine at his table with him and his son. Your guests are included as well.
Wow, what an honor.
All right.
You see another set of individuals approach as well, and she goes,
Oh, and you as well.
you see one woman, she's very attractive dwarven woman with green eyes, very voluptuous outfit, very curvy. You see another a young man with black hair and a beard, minty green eyes. He wears goggles on his head. And then a third man, a pasty white dwarf with spectacles, dirty blonde hair, medium-sized beard that is very scraggly. And they are also invited. At this point, when they sit, you see his son takes a seat at his right, and there is one seat available next to Torrance. And at this point... Everyone will roll initiative.
Here we go.
Fantastic.
Well, I probably will not win this, but we will see.
Flash of Brilliance.
It says that there are no active encounters.
Oh,
Am I
here.
still able to... Okay.
You just roll a 20.
You can just roll it.
But I
And then
add
add-
things to my initiative.
Yeah, I have to roll with disadvantage, so.
Yeah, I'm a Flash of Brilliance this one.
Oh, I got a 20.
Oh my gosh.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, it's a dirty.
Oh.
It's a
It is a dirty
20.
20. Yep.
Oh, I'm a gnat.
Or-
So...
You're a nat 20?
Oh, I also rolled a 20?
But she got a nat 20.
Okay. Well,
Oh my gosh.
can't beat that.
Yeah, Ludin was last, so. I would like to go ahead and say Ludin is already eyeing these strangers that he had not accounted for in his strategy. And he has gotten a little bit more nervous than he already was. But as long as Finn doesn't win, he will count this score. So that's what he thinks in his mind.
Is
Prayer,
Lenora even here anymore?
Lenora is not.
Yeah.
She's off somewhere.
Huh? What you mean she's off somewhere? I definitely would have got her before we came in.
You can go grab
Roll
her
to
real. You can
find
go
her.
grab her real quick.
Okay. I mean, yeah, of course I grabbed it. Well, then where's Luden's date?
You grabbed the wrong
Oh, I
door.
definitely would have got
You
here.
grabbed the wrong woman.
No, I did not.
Roll an investigation check. DC 25 to find her.
So
I
Priaria,
know exactly. I know
Esprit.
exactly how she was dressed. I know exactly where she is.
My date didn't go anywhere. Yeah, so.
Put a homing beacon in her outfit.
Ludin, roll again.
Even again?
You roll again. You tied
Okay.
with the NPC.
Wow. That low, huh?
Hey, that's better.
Nice.
Bruner and I both got dirty
19.
20s, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, me and Deanna tied too.
Oh, you guys didn't add your modifiers?
No, we
did.
just rolled straight 20s.
I mean, I added my
Okay,
modifier to
okay,
the thingy,
okay,
but
okay.
Mine was an 11, but
20,
that's with
20
the
to 25.
20.
20.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I
24.
said 25. 15 to 20.
20.
Okay,
20.
so Praeria. Praeria got a nat 20. Esperis and who got a 20?
Esperis and Uramir.
So roll again. Both of you.
Just roll a straight D20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So 19.
Holy crap.
So Esperis is next. Then Uramir.
Yeah.
you better save those, man. We still got.
I know. I wasn't gonna use them again.
And then so 10 to 15.
10.
You got a 10? Oh, I got an 11. So. Wait, didn't you get a higher one? You re-rolled.
I re-rolled.
I'm just gonna put the other people at the end.
No. So
Yeah.
Ludin and Finn are the
So Finn.
The
glaring
ones
at
with the
each
most
other.
to lose.
So Finn and Ludin at the end. So it's Praeria, Esperis, Uri, Finn, Ludin, Sarah, James,
Sarah.
Sarah.
and Max.
James?
We have to end them, guys.
Who are these people?
A
So-
common enemy has appeared.
And Maurice's hypnotic pattern.
The person with the highest initiative, of course, will get to go first. And then also determine who gets to sit next to Torrence. Which I'm guessing
Yeah.
will be Gary.
Put Gary next to him.
Put Gary next to Tori. Yes.
Absolutely. He needs all the help he can possibly get.
If Gary wins this, Ludin is just gonna be like awestruck. Like there's not gonna be any more strategies coming through because he doesn't understand people.
Life doesn't make sense.
No more social
Be
encounter
like
strat.
that.
So, you take a seat next to, you have Gary sit
Yeah, she
next to,
plops him right down. It's like,
plops him right next to him. Okay. And the
Make
rest of
friends.
you kind of fill in around.
I want to, with the second highest initiative, can I make sure that my boy is directly across from him? Just like,
Yeah, that's fine.
yes, okay.
That's fine.
He can see his bugs. Okay.
He can see his bugs. So, how this is going to work, we're going to kind of inform the audience a little bit. This is phase 1, where you guys are going to be earning resolve points. There will be 3 rounds. You'll get to interact with the NPC, the environment, each other to garner these resolve points. And then resolve points can be used to influence the narrative. They are earned by completing successfully actions. And it's like a skill challenge, essentially. And when you successfully complete the skill challenge, you will earn a resolve point. On phase 2, you can spend those resolve points. And at phase 3, you can also spend resolve points as well. So, let's get into this.
Do it.
You all take your seats, and Lord Alehammer says,
Please, why don't you all introduce yourselves? This here's my son, Torrence.
and then Torrence kind of looks up sheepishly, holding on tightly to his book in their lap. And the first course is brought out, and it's roast elk with butter beans, large loaves of blackened beer bread is brought out and placed between every second place setting. And with that, Praeria, you may go first.
Oh, so are we like introducing our people first, or?
You'll introduce your person, and then you may take your first action.
Awesome. Okay, so she's gonna take a deep breath and take another swig of her ale. Like, Master Torrance, and this is my friend Gary. He is a very kind person. He runs a nice store with the most wonderful cat, and you will find no one else like Gary. Gary, say hello.
Hello, Torrance. My name is Gary. I don't actually I don't own the store, but I wrap packages in the store. That's kind of what I do.
He's excellent at wrapping packages.
I'm very good at wrapping. Very, very good at wrapping.
Torrance kind of looks at him and he goes, "Oh, wow, that's a beautiful flower. But did you know that not all flowers smell lovely? I've actually read that there's a large flower in the jungles near Sunspell. They can grow up to 5 feet wide. It's pollinated by flies and it smells of rotting flesh. It's also carnivorous. Large scavenger animals are drawn to the scent and drink from the center, and then it wraps its petals around it and any unsuspecting victims and then swallows them. It typically takes 15 days to digest, but most of the digestive juices makes what's left of the bones sticking out from the pistil soft and spongy by the 7th day mark."
Ludin chugs his drink. He
Same.
just chugs it on.
Gary is very interested in this flower.
Where do we find this from?
Praeria, what would you like to do for your first action in order to garner a resolve point for your date?
Okay, she's just gonna pat Gary gently on the shoulder, like, okay, doing very well. I'm going to go to bathroom. I will return. Keep doing well. And she is going to head toward the bathrooms and then try to sneak away to find Torrance's rooms.
Okay. Are you gonna try to sneak in and check something out?
Yep.
All right. Make a stealth check for me.
That's gotta be great.
You earn a resolve
21.
point.
Excellent.
That succeeds. What are you looking for? You were able to sneak into his room, and what are you looking for?
Anything that would help her get a better handle on who this dude is.
You go into Gary's room and it is filled with there are books everywhere on his desks. They're very neatly stacked and like even though he has a lot of books out of place from what would probably be put in the library, they're very neatly stacked. You do find some quill and parchment where he's drawn. He's begun to draw things in calligraphy and done some like watercolor paintings. He has also has some pigments that are set up. They're dried pigments of various colors, and the painting that he is currently drawing right now is that of what looks to be a very dark green beetle.
Does he?
Underneath that, there's another painting, and he's begun to draw like grand feasts and stuff with food. Looking around the room, you also notice that he has some dried plants kind of hanging down on the wall, and some of them are like lavender. And then he also has what is it? Oh god. Oh my god, I'm having a complete brain shutdown.
Plant. Is it plant?
It's a plant. It helps with your,
Yeah.
I don't,
Is it rosemary? Is it
No.
thyme? Is it, do you cook with it?
Oh my god.
Is it aloe?
It's put in Vapo Rub.
It?
Aloe.
Aloe
Or
vera.
Aloe,
Vicks
yeah.
Vera.
Lemon verbena?
No, oh my god.
I'm
having a complete
lemongrass.
brain shutdown. Eucalyptus.
Menthol?
Eucalyptus.
Okay,
Lots of eucalyptus.
should have guessed that. Alright, he wants to look for anything hidden. Does he have a diary part out?
Wow, just going all up in this dude's stuff.
I feel like
Look, we're trying to find him a forever partner.
I feel like that you got a lot from that in that one.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty good chunk.
Alright.
Moving to Esperise.
Well, first of all, it's so wonderful to meet you, Torrence. So good to see you again in Gumption. This is my friend, Clay Nichols. I feel perhaps you've met each other before. I would not know. He's the High Curator in the Hall of Brilliance. But actually, I know I'm going through this very fast, Torrence, but it's because I am so interested in what you were saying about the plants and the pollination and the process of digestion. It all goes over my head, of course. But Nichols here actually is an entomologist. He studied insects in university, so I'm sure you would have a lot to talk about in terms of the interaction. Botany, yes, botany and entomology.
Oh wow. Yeah. I kind of do like that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then Nichols is just kind of like, oh yes. That's very interesting. Yes. And then Torrence looks at him and he goes, yeah. Oh, you both smell very nice. That must be some very expensive perfume. I'm actually a little allergic to perfume.
Okay. Prestidigitation, remove all of the perfume immediately.
Did you know that perfume and many perfumes are actually made from animal secretions, mostly deer? They mark their territory and mate by spraying from their musk gland. Perfume is actually made from special glands on civets and also whale vomit. The vomit, though, of course, has to oxidize in the sun for many days before it's usable for perfume.
Well,
But it takes another one. He's.
I know all of this, but actually, what I find interesting, my father works in perfume, and he does quite a bit also with pigmentation. And you know, a lot of the pigmentation comes from like insects. There's a certain kind of I believe that is a deep cadmium color that comes from a specific kind of beetle. Oh, Nichols, what was that insect again? The beetle with the. Come on, Nichols, go ahead, talk about bugs.
I don't remember that one, but well,
No,
there is the cochineal insect that is used in paints. It's very fascinating actually, and I don't know if you know about it. And Torrence goes, oh yes, I actually do. Most red paints are actually made from cochineal insects. You can dye fabric with it, and it's put in a lot of cosmetics too. And he's like, that's absolutely right. You're very correct. You have a mind for that. And then Torrance is like, yeah, and he kind of looks over at Deidre and all the other dates that have like lipstick on, which it means that you're all wearing bugs on your lips.
That's so barbaric.
I would like my action to be a persuasion check to get them to talk about bugs for as long as possible. To just keep the conversation going between the two of them.
The conversation looks to be going rather well. But make your persuasion check for your action point this turn.
Okay. That's a 17.
You get your action point.
Okay.
So they begin talking about the cochineal bugs and different dyes and how it kind of like spurns on into paint pigments for a moment, and then you divert it back to insects and bugs as the conversation like presses on.
I don't care if they're not talking about bugs anymore, as long as they are having an academic discussion that they are both into. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're both having an academic discussion. Ermir.
All right, so Ermir will take another swig of his drink and clear his throat. Lord Alehammer, I just want to say, this party is absolutely extravagant. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I must say I am quite surprised and quite impressed. You really know how to put on a show, how to put on a great party.
Well, thank you, Ermir. I'm just so glad that you're having a wonderful time and you've brought such wonderful people with you. I don't know if you've noticed, I forgot to mention, but Muddy is actually sitting on the other side of Lord Alehammer.
Boy!
I forgot to mention that he is there because he was invited.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I'm just having the most fascinating conversation with your friend here.
Oh, yes, well, speaking of friends, and he will gesture over to Lenora, say, might I introduce you and Torrance to Lady Lenora. She is the apprentice to Marble Pebble Grit?
Marble Pebble Grit. Yes, she makes all of her clothes, and well, most people's clothes, but she likes to dress particular people. She makes their clothes. Yes. But clothing is a fascinating subject, you know. Did you know that urine is a primary ingredient used to clean clothing? That with lye and whitewash and water. Oh, and did you know sailors never wear heavy armor because if they fall overboard, they'll sink right to the bottom of the sea and drown? Well, that's if sharks don't, get to them first, but...
As an adventurer, that's quite fascinating. I like to move around a bit, so I wouldn't be really wearing the heavy armor, but I'm sure that Lenora, did you know that interesting fact about the how to clean clothes?
I actually did. Yeah, we do mix. I mean, it sounds revolting, but it actually does get clothing quite clean, and it prepares the fabric for dyeing too.
Yes, and as Torrance mentioned, the bugs help in a lot of that process, right? With the dyeing.
The bugs? Oh yes. Well, we don't make our own dye. We buy it from people who make the dye. But yes, there's a lot of bug talk at this table, I see. And Torrance is like, yes, they're very fast. There's so many fascinating things. I like to talk about. I like to talk about lots of. I have a lot of random information. I read a lot of books. And Lenore. So what would you like to do for your action? To garner your action or your resolve point?
To garner my resolve. Shoot. I'm not entirely sure. I would like to Oh man, I don't know. I want to keep them talking, but I feel like Esper's already did that. Can I offer to get each of them drinks for the evening or something?
What do you are you trying to get Torrance drunk, or like what are you trying to do?
I'm yeah, both of them. Just like Lenore seems a little uptight, so I want her to loosen up a bit.
You could give her a drink to have her loosen up a little bit in order for her to maybe, have a little more open conversation. That could be one.
Yeah, let's do that.
So let's make that a persuasion check.
All right, persuasion check. Come on, 16.
You garner
Fantastic.
a resolve points. Ink&Lyre, it's your turn.
Ink&Lyre is watching Torrance as he's like talking to Clay. With his passive perception, would he detect? First of all, he's looking at his fingers, trying to see if they're like stained with paint, because they did hear that he was an artist. Any kind of like marks or ink or anything?
Yeah, you would. You have a high enough passive perception. You would probably see like paint on his hands.
Okay, so Finn is going to strike up an introduction. Lord Alehammer, Lord Torrance, have you met Lady Cynthia? She came with me to the dance, but she is, a dancer and an artist. Oh, Cynthia, you should show them your bouquet.
Cynthia just like beams and like her face red immediately. And she like just kind of holds out her bouquet and she holds it out.
As you can see, it's a rock bouquet. So she collected some rocks and painted each and every one. So each rock has like a painting of a flower, and Finn drilled a hole in the bottom so that like you could stick sticks in them. So she could like with a ribbon tie together. So it is a rock bouquet.
I do like rocks. We live in this great mountain, and I mean, it's just one big rock, and just life is just so great, isn't it?
Here, see if you can show him. Oh, Gary, could you switch us seats maybe so that Torrance could get a better look at her bouquet?
Is that gonna be your action? Is that gonna be your action point?
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
Just
Persuasion check, please.
Gary.
That's a brilliant one.
That's fine. I don't know why y'all are trying to come for Gary like he does.
No, they can't touch me. They can't touch me. They're squabbling amongst themselves.
Did it go? Did it roll? I don't think it did. Let's try that again. It doesn't want me to roll. I'm pressing it.
Refresh your screen, and while you do that, while you're refreshing, Forge, Torrance is gonna look at Cynthia's outfit with the llama cat snail old man pattern on it, and he goes,
Oh, snails. Did you know that some snails don't need another snail to reproduce? They can make more snails all by themselves. And in some
They're snail selves.
all by themselves. And in some lead experiments that I've read about, a scholar actually fed snails to a bird until they ate their fill. The most fascinating thing is 15% of the snails actually passed through their gut alive. They were active after their grand escape and survived for at least 1 week after the experiment. Some even gave birth to baby snails after emerging alive from the bird's intestines. Isn't that amazing?
Luna just thinks to himself, I'm gonna lose.
That's so fascinating. And like snails are like part rock, right? I mean, they basically live in a rock.
Cynthia's just like, isn't life amazing? Just everything just works so perfectly together.
just so fascinating. Now, Gary, get over here. She needs to show him dirty 20.
It's a dirty 20?
You know what? I'll take a seat over there too, since Prey's seat is empty.
Praeria did go off. I don't think that Praeria will mind. I don't think she mentioned this in the pregame when we discussed what I'm supposed to. That's okay. I'll move.
And Gary gets up and lets Cynthia sit, trade spots.
Finn gets up too and looks at
kind
Ludin
soul.
and is like, and goes over to sit by Cynthia.
Ludin.
Jeez. He's not good at these social encounters. Okay, so Ludin's gonna go ahead and introduce in his serious way that he does. He's gonna look over at Lord Torrence and go, Lord Torrence, I'm sure you've wondered what it's like at the place where your father goes, at the Earthen Basin. Well, I had to introduce you to Deirdre of that Earthen Basin. She is the manager there, and I'm sure she has probably heard a lot about you from your father. Lord Terrence, I can confidently say that this woman is someone who you would love to meet. If you ever feel that you are in any nervous situation or sudden pain about anything, she might be able to soothe your muscles and your mind. She's also very experienced in listening to her clients' stories. So, why don't you guys shoot proverbial shiznit, as they say, and see how much she really does know about you.
He looks up at you and he goes,
Oh, that does sound really nice. My name is Torrence, not Terrence.
Excuse me, Lord Torrence, I am sorry.
But you do look.
he's having trouble like staring at, she looks really pretty and he's like trying not to like stare. And he just kind of like,
He's like, oh, yeah, maybe.
like he's turning fuchsia, like he's turning red with the thought of like massaging him. He's just at a loss for words. What would you like to do for your action?
I would also kind of like to leave the table because I can't listen to this anymore. Ludin thinks that he knows where Praeria went because it was his same plan too. But he doesn't want to go there now because that would probably wouldn't work as well as he wanted it to. So instead, he is going to excuse himself for one moment. And he is also going to go get a drink for them. But as he's walking around, Ludin is going to specifically walk around the guards and anyone that seems like they might be in the know about what's going on tonight and see if he can glean any information about who Lord Torrence is or where he can what they should stay away from in conversation. Anyone that would have had integral knowledge of Alehammer or Lord Torrence.
Are you talking? Are you attempting to talk to the guards, or are you attempting to?
Just listen and eavesdrop.
Okay, so make a stealth check.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, could I go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace?
I've already.
You said it. That's true. All right, let me.
Said it.
Where is? There it is. Okay, let's do it.
I believe in you.
Look, we will see. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Stealth. There we go. Come on. Yep, this is about how well this night's gonna go. 7!
I am so sorry you do not get a point this round.
That's okay.
With that, Sarah is just gonna kind of like walk over to Torrence, and she's just kind of like gonna lean over and just kind of like look at him and say,
My lord, you simply must tell me more about these books that you read. What is that book that you are reading there? You simply must tell me.
And he's like,
This is the Crafter's Compendium of Dyes and Pigments. It's my new favorite right now.
And she is gonna make a roll
Y'all have to end these people.
with
can't
her
let them
plus.
Right? Who is this chick?
She gets a point.
Wait. Let me see if I can do something here. No, I can only do it for myself. Never mind.
James is gonna kind of lean over to Torrance next, and he just kind of like looks at him and he says, "Hello, I'm James. I'd love to hear about you. I know a lot of people like to talk, but I'm a really good listener." And he will just let Torrance talk, and he will roll. He also does not get a point, actually. He does not get a point. Max will then kind of lean over next, and he's gonna be like, I love horror novels, actually, and I actually like to cook too. Can I tell you about my favorite book? And he just begins to talk to him about his favorite book as well, and he did not get a point either. Only Sarah, the voluptuous Sarah. And with that, I think we're gonna take our break, because it is 9:30, and we will continue the matchmaking process after our break. Just a reminder, we do have a giveaway going on right now. We are giving away this gorgeous Catalog's Hero Vault. You can also put dice in here. You can put your favorite hero. It is a Catalog's Hero Vault. We are giving this away by 9 Realms Gaming. It has the 9 Realms Gaming logo, as well as the Ink&Lyre logo on it. Absolutely gorgeous. If you have not entered, we're going to announce the winner when we return from our break. That is Command Loot. To enter, you must also be following to enter. Command Loot, which is !loot. And
Hey, thank you for rating.
Oh, did we get a raid?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we did get a raid. I'm so
Thank you
sorry.
guys.
I was so deep in my role playing. Thank you so much for the raid. Yes,
Everybody there. All y'all
Zamier. Loot,
Tap that follow button so you can join.
LOOT. That is !LOOT. Let me shout them out in chat. I'm so sorry that I missed that.
Everybody that came with them, press that follow button and you guys can enter this raffle too.
Yes, please do. I'm so sorry I missed that. Thank you, Christian. Yes, so we'll be right back. When we get back from our break, we are going to announce the winner. All right. Let's pick our winner. Closing these entries. Our winner, Kareem Zamir with the raid, and you win. Congratulations. Thank you for the follow. Congratulations. Are you in chat? I have to pull my chat up. You are our winner. You
You're
won
also
our
the leader of the raid.
and
too,
the
right?
leader of the raid.
You came at just the right time.
Yes, everybody, this is what happens when you raid. So, rate us.
You win fabulous prizes.
Rate
You
us.
won. You are the winner of our. This is a Catalog's Hero Vault from 9 Realms Gaming. And at the end of the stream, we will reach out to you and get that sweet shipping information and have that shipped out to you as soon as possible. Congratulations. We're so happy for you. You're gonna love it. It has such a nice weight to it too. You're gonna love it. Just wait till you get your hands on it. All right, let's jump back in. Top of the round with Praeria. The next, what? The Bachelors?
Yeah.
Or The Bachelor. The next few courses are brought out: a hearty potato and eel stew with Mount Cap mushrooms. Praeria.
right. I'm
What's
still
your
in
next?
Homie's
What's your
room.
next move?
Okay, she's gonna look for that journal.
Okay.
If he has one.
Make an investigation check.
Busy dice.
You need the dice. You need the dice.
Okay.
Gosh, y'all
17.
are rolling. Y'all are rolling so well tonight. That is another point. I need everyone to take their headphones out except Priaria. For just a moment, please.
This is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Praria, as you're kind of looking through his journal, you find out that Gary doesn't like to be around people. He doesn't like dancing. Or I'm sorry, not Gary. Torrence. Torrence. Gary doesn't. Gary's different. Torrence doesn't like.
Gary
to
is
be,
different. Yes.
Torrence. He doesn't like to dance at all. He doesn't know how to dance well. He has been taught how to dance, but he is basically a failure at it. And that he is terrified of the dance floor.
Aww.
And that's the information that you garner from that.
All right. Well, learning that, she is going to sneak back down to the party.
Come back. Telling Deanna to come back. All right. And you come back down to the party. Esperise, it is now your turn.
Fantastic. There are two things that I would like to do. One of them for a resolve point, one of them just for reasons. I'm going to cast 2 different spells.
Okay.
Oh, here we
I'm
go.
going to subtle spell message. I'm going to use my sorcery point to subtle spell, so you can tell when I'm casting a spell to Luden. 3 mornings a week for the next 3 months. Okay? If I win. You do understand what I'm asking.
Yeah, he knows exactly what you're asking. And he'll look over at her. He'll drink. He'll just drink. Like, fine.
I'm going to use another sorcery point to cast suggestion on Sarah, the buxom dwarf. I need a wisdom. I'm going to use a sorcery point to make it a subtle spell. No one can tell that I'm casting a spell. I need a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage as I say, Sarah, the music is so lovely here. I think you should ask Gary to dance.
All right. This would be your garner point.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so that would be a wisdom save, I guess, on my part here.
Disadvantage DC 16.
All right.
27?
No, that's...
Holy crap.
I rolled a natural 20 and a 7, which wouldn't make your 16.
Ooh.
About right. I think it would just be so lovely, go enjoy the sights. Gary, you would love to dance as well, I'm sure. Make some new friends.
Sarah walks over to him.
What?
And she goes, you haven't come back yet.
Oh, you're not back yet? Okay.
You haven't come back yet. This would be on round 3 when you can go back and get him.
Okay.
Sarah leans forward and she's like, do you want to dance with me, Gary? And Gary's like,
Son of a bouclier.
He rubs the fog off of his glasses.
My God, it would be an honor, miss. You are...
Yes, I know. Please come. And she takes Gary, and they go and they start dancing on the dance floor. And then you have garnered your point.
Yes, I will tell her to go ahead and dance for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, until the party ends. Dance the night away until the party ends.
Oh.
You
didn't add that in when you
I know
said
because I forgot until they left. But they're dancing for a while at least.
Uramir, it is now your turn.
Okay, so while Uramir has gone to get drinks, he will pull out a small little trinket from his pocket. It could be anything, like a little piece of metal or like I don't know, a piece of paper, literally anything. And he's going to use his magical tinkering.
Okay.
And yeah, it says all I have to do is touch it to tinker with it. And I am going to it says I can take an object and continuously emit my choice of an odor. And so I am going to have it like the strongest perfume scent that I can think of, just pouring out from this thing. And as I return with the drinks, I'm just gonna drop it near where Esperis's date is sitting, in between them and Torrence.
Okay.
And just have the smell kind of permeate the area.
Oh my god. Make an attack roll?
Can I do sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, yeah. Sleight of hand works, thank you. I always forget about sleight of hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that a spell?
No. It is a class feature.
Cool.
Sleight of hand.
It's like counter spell.
Yes! 23, baby! You see nothing!
You see nothing. You garner another point, Uramir. Torrence is talking. Go ahead.
As I return with the drinks, I would go up to Torrence and to Lenora and ask if they wanted to dance with each other.
That would be round 3.
That'd be an extra. Okay, that's fine.
That would be the next round.
This is good then.
Okay.
Did I get a resolve point for my successful suggestion, or was that?
Yeah, I said you got a resolve. You got a resolve point. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was just preventing other people.
You should have 2.
Okay. That's good. But yeah, this place smells heavily of perfume since now. So
Torrence is sitting there with and Clay is talking to him, and he's just like, oh my, so, are you wearing perfume? My nose. Oh gosh, it's like a waterfall. And that will end that. Finali.
Wow, the smell's really strong over here. Cynthia, do you want to take Torrance? I think I found some napkins. I saw some napkins over there by the drink table. Do you want to take him to go get some to wipe his nose?
Make a persuasion check, please.
9.
You do not gain a point. I have, unfortunately, Finali. Cynthia is just like, I'll walk with you, but I don't really like to touch people's noses. And she just kind of like walks with him over the table and
I didn't mean wipe it for him. Just show him where it is.
Torrance just looks a little sad as they kind of like walk over. As he's having a very embarrassing moment at this point. Ludin.
Okay. So Ludin is going to he's gonna look at Deirdre as Torrance is having his embarrassing moment. And Ludin's gonna ask Deirdre, he's gonna be like, well, Deirdre, do you think that you could go and speak to Torrance and maybe cheer him up a little bit? Just listen to what he has to say. Maybe say something interesting about him. I'm sure that you have plenty of clients that come in and might be a little shy. What do you do then?
Usually when I'm helping them relax, most people tend to just talk and talk and talk, because I'm a very good listener.
Well, why don't you go for... Excuse me, keep going.
There's something I might be able to do.
Well, go for it.
So your action point, you're suggesting for her to walk over and help him with her expertise?
Yeah.
You know that's gonna be a persuasion check.
Yes! Straight roll, baby! 11?
An 11, no, does not make
wow.
it, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, Christian. I'm so sorry.
Short of shooting him and going, Deirdre, go heal him, I can't do much. I'm built for attacking.
Deidre walks over there, and with the two, she walks over there, and they're having some kind of conversation, and Deidre kind of like tries to lean in. It looks like to maybe like comfort him, give him a hug or something, and like Torrence just sneezes, and it just right in her face, and she's just like, and just walks back over to you, and like you can see like she's got some.
He can't lie, so he can't tell her it's not that bad. So he's gonna take the napkins and just start like trying to get around the mascara, just not to smear her makeup, but just like we're here for the money. We can do more. We can do it. Just clean her up a little bit. Oh,
That was the first time I've ever been sneezed in the face.
I don't
blame the perfume. The perfume is. We have to find where the perfume is coming from and help cancel it. I think that's what it is. Please stay with me, Deirdre. Just one more chance. We both have so much writing on this.
I'm gonna go find a shot of fire whiskey. I'll be right back.
And she just kind of like saunters off to find some. She finds some fire whiskey and like downs 2.
Yeah, Ludin, he's not giving up, but he's gonna take another drink, and at this point, he is drunk Ludin, or the beginnings of it, because it is, but it's a different drunk Ludin. It's a defeated one, but he is still drunk Ludin.
Sarah is next for Ludin. Poor Ludin, I'm so sorry. Sarah is next. With Sarah's turn, Sarah is going to attempt to make...
Sarah is dancing.
But Sarah's going to attempt to make Torrence jealous with her turn.
Rubbing up on Gary.
I don't know.
You know what? I think at this point, Gary's gonna win tonight no matter what.
Gary's gonna win.
Gary's having the happiest night of his life.
With a 19...
Oh my god.
With a 19, Sarah's just kind of bat her eyes and look over at Torrence and dancing with Gary. And Torrence just kind of stops for a second with like one piece of like Kleenex hanging out of his nose, staring onto the dance floor, and he just kind of blinks a few times, and she will garner a resolve point. See what our friends do.
I should have made her dance outside. I should have told her to go home. I was trying to be subtle.
Do we
go
see
to the
this?
bathroom and never come back, Sarah?
Like, can we?
You guys are busy doing your own things at this point.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I'm cleaning off her face.
There's a lot happening right now. James, he rolled high enough. He is going to walk over to Torrence and like just kind of pat him on the back. He seems to be encouraging him a little bit, and Torrence will kind of look up at him, and they have like this nice little conversation, and Torrence like smiles after, and seems like the embarrassment has kind of worn off a little bit, and James will get a point.
We know it all. Praeria went through his diary. Is this man like polyamorous? Is he looking for a multiple situation? Because it looks like he's got a harem going at this point.
He does. He could win big.
He could win big. We could all win, is what I'm saying.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Max did not roll high enough and will get another fail and won't get any resolve points. Max will accidentally spill some punch on Torrence as he tries to talk to him. And that will bring us back to the top of the round. And with that, with the top of the round here, dessert is brought out last. A shot of dwarven brandy and a small cake. You see various dwarves down the brandy and eat the cake as a chaser. Priaria.
All right. So she is a little confused. She looks around. She sees that Gary is no longer in his seat, and he is in fact dancing with the nice little dwarf lady. Well, she's gonna down her whiskey and eat her cake first of all.
Okay.
And I don't want to play this. Okay. Just gonna cut in, I guess, with Gary and
Sarah.
Yeah. And I guess ask Gary if he wants to come back for dessert.
I do like sweets. I don't eat them very often because they're very sweet and I get a headache if I eat too much, but I would love some sweet. Thank you for asking me.
When she ate the cake, was it super sweet?
No, it was more like it was like bitter chocolate.
Okay. So, hoping that's not going to give him a headache, she's going to guide him back over. And
Are you still dancing with Sarah?
Oh, I didn't know I was dancing. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm dancing.
But you
with
said
Sarah.
you cut. You said you cut in, so I was assuming that you were now dancing with Sarah.
That's fine. That works for me as well. So he's gonna send Gary back over, and he's gonna say, Gary, if you don't want your cake, maybe offer it to Torrence.
That's a good idea. Well, you think Torrence would like it?
Maybe. We're here to make friends. Why not ask him?
Okay, I will do that.
Go ahead.
She's gonna dance off with Sarah even more. Get her away from the situation.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. I'm guessing.
She's like a mom coaching a kid through his first date. She's like, maybe you should offer her some of your cake. You think maybe like
Prioria's out here murdering these rolls.
You gain
you
gain your third resolve point on the final round.
Does she get Sarah across to the other side of the room out of eyesight with that dance?
just away.
She's just dancing with her.
Okay, cool. She's trying her. Anytime she tries to look over to the table, she like spins her around.
Gary walks over to the table and hands Torrence or holds out his cake. He goes,
I saw that you didn't get any yet, and I thought maybe that you would like some. I have some, and that if you would want some, I have some. So I brought you some because you seemed like you might want some.
Oh.
So I'm here.
And Torrence is like, "Oh, that's really nice of you, huh? I really don't like chocolate, honestly." And he goes,
I get that. It could be pretty bitter. Yeah, I completely understand.
And Torrence goes,
Thank you for the thought, though. That was very nice of you. Thank you.
And Gary's like,
I like pie, though.
And that will lead us to Esperise.
Fly, my awkward little Muppet fly.
Okay, Esperise is gonna go under the table and she's gonna bring out that growler of fuzzy navel. Well, she's gonna comment first like, "This has been such a lovely meal." And I am thinking, is Lord Alehammer here as well, or just his son?
No, he's here.
Okay, cool. He's just been watching. So, I know I was telling you about, Muddy, you know this, about the fuzzy navel, yes? And I was thinking this might be a very nice compliment to dessert. I've been loving the ale, but kind of a new experience. This is fuzzy navel. Essentially, I'll pour a little bit, you clink with somebody across the table, you share a happy thought, and you are filled with happy feelings. Here, okay, so, Nickel, Torrence, why don't you start? Share a shot, happy feelings, okay?
Oh, wow, that sounds really interesting. That does, doesn't it, son? Yeah, let's give it a try. I'm very excited about trying this.
Excellent. I hope you will see, Lord Alehammer, that really where Belgain shines the most is in tavern keeping. You will tell from this.
Muddy additionally talks him up again, backing up what you're saying. They both down their fuzzy navel and immediately just kind of start giggling and laughing. And Lord Alehammer's like,
well, isn't that just that is wonderful. This is perfect for, but I only wish we had more at this party. We do need more. There's always good when we have more laughter in the room.
Absolutely. I think we have enough. Everyone here can have a shot if they like, but share your happy thoughts.
I would like my resolve point to be a persuasion to try to make Torrence and my boy just share things that make them happy with each other over these shots.
okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion.
That's going to be 24.
That will succeed, and you see where Torrence and Clay are just sharing all of their unique academic connections and just begin talking about how just a variety of different things. Clay talks about the museum, and Torrence is fascinated by all the artifacts. He's read a lot of books that kind of talk about the artifacts and the different stories behind them in the museum. They talk about some items that were donated from his own father and family that are in the museum, and they talk for a little while, and it looks like it's going good.
Excellent.
Uramir.
Yeah. So, I have given golly, what's her name? Lenora.
Ilona.
I'm terrible. I've given Lenora a drink, kind of like, and while all this is going on, I was like, hey, maybe go ask Torrence to dance for a bit. Are you good on your feet?
I am a pretty good dancer. I think I am. I don't know if anyone else knows or thinks if I am or not.
Well, you knew about that dance earlier. I'm sure that he would love to dance.
Okay. I guess I'll try.
She's a little tipsy. So that would be a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, crap. I feel like that's too low for me to flash of brilliance too, because an 11 failed earlier, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's only 6.
You watch as Lenora goes over to Torrence, and she just keeps insisting that he come and dance with her, and he's just like, no, she's like, I think it'll be really fun. I really do. I think it's gonna be lots of fun, and I promise you, I'm not that great of a dancer either. And he's like, okay. And they start dancing, and it is awful. He's stepping on her feet, and he's just like, I'm so sorry. It's so awful. It's like a train wreck. Like, you can't look away.
Well, I'm out, y'all.
hey, this is only round 1. You still
Torrence kind of trips, and Lenora just kind of just looks around, and then he kind of gets back up, and he's looking around, and it's so uncomfortable and awkward and awful, and afterwards Torrence just kind of locks up and goes and walks over and just stands there, and it's almost like he's got PTSD and he's just standing there.
He's like, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Finlay.
Finn feels very sorry for Torrance at this point.
Oh.
Poor Torrance.
I mean, he did walk in on like a 7-way blind date that he didn't know was happening.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like more of an 8 because there's another person.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these
Okay.
extras showed up.
No, there's 3 other ones, right? So it's like a 9. No, it's still 8. Yeah.
Sarah
Yeah,
is out of the picture.
True. She's
Got one
different.
dog.
Assassinate
Quick,
Sarah
didn't
for
we?
capture.
Yeah.
All right, Cynthia. Let's try and calm him down a little. He looks like he's kind of freaking out. So Finn will pull out a couple feathers from his cloak. He'll put one in his hair and one in her hair and cast Enhance Ability at 3rd level.
Okay.
So that, and he's going to give them both Eagle's Splendor, which is a advantage on charisma checks.
Ooh, okay.
We need it. Why don't you go over to Torrance? Well, come with me. Maybe I'll help you out.
Okay.
So they approach Torrance. Torrance, Cynthia really likes interesting things. She's pretty much interested in everything. She loves to listen. Would you like to go out onto the balcony maybe and just get some quiet time with her? Maybe read her your favorite chapter of your compendium? I noticed you had a crafts compendium. I have one of those too. They're very large and dense and full of information.
Make your persuasion check.
Right, with advantage. All right.
You rolled 2 14s.
I know. Dirty 20.
You garner your point. Cynthia goes,
You know, I'd love to do that. I don't read quite as much, but it's just because I'm so busy all the time. I read a little bit while I was at the when the slumbering vaults were closed, but I don't usually read quite as much when I'm working, because I'm not supposed to. But I would love to see your compendium.
and they go out on the balcony, I guess, maybe, and he shares his book with her. Ludin
Watches all of that go down. And stands up and says, "Excuse me for one moment." He's gonna go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace on himself. He's gonna follow the 2 out there. Then he's gonna cast Goodberry. And as he casts Goodberry, he's gonna aim it at the back of he's gonna aim a bunch of them just at the back and like just start trying to pelt not Torrance, but what's her name?
Cynthia. You always ruin me with your good berries.
Pass Without a Trace is not the same thing as invisibility. You're
Yes,
just
I understand
behind
that, but
a pot.
hey, it's far. I'm gonna be far enough away just to be able to not be seen is the goal.
Okay.
But I mean, I have an arm, and I have the ability to attack at least with 1+. So hopefully that can help me out a little bit. But right now, this is all he has. He's drunk. He's not thinking straight, and he's just like, hopefully this works.
Okay, make a stealth check.
All right. Yeah, drunk looted.
I mean, the only way you can fail this is if you roll a natural one, so.
Don't jinx it.
26. Or, no, 29.
You gain your first point of the evening,
For
sir.
Cynthia.
Let's roll 5. Roll to hit 5 times. We'll see how many hit. We'll say you do it 5 times, maybe.
Yeah. I'll leave 5 other. And I think this would just be like improvised, so it would be unarmed.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. So, 1. 1. 2.
It's a natural 1.
3. 4. 5. So I got a 22, a 17, a 10, a 15, and a 7.
Okay, 3 of those hit. So you're just, I imagine, because the balcony isn't super far out, I imagine you're just kind of like popping out of the door, like the door frame, like, and like, Cynthia's like,
No. Somebody's throwing things. That's not very nice.
and Terrence is like, I'm sorry. That does sound. I don't know who it is either. It seems to be coming from that doorway. He
Quick, jump on the balcony together.
He's not sure if she's like, he's not sure if she's doing the whole thing like when you're on a date and you're like, oh, my phone is ringing.
Oh,
No.
You're destroying this man's confidence, y'all.
Hey, Esperise will fix it all. That's what she does.
Because that's what she does. You're
That's
right.
what she does.
I make other people more confident.
All right, Sarah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll real quick for Sarah.
Yeah, Finn revivifies your lungs. Esperise revivifies your self-confidence.
See,
You often fix in others what you cannot fix in yourself.
Max.
Oh my
That's
God.
painful.
Wow.
Wherever did you get the idea that Esperise isn't confident, Prayaria? Where did you get
Max got no points. I don't even think he's gonna make it to the 3rd round.
Oh wait, Max.
Max,
Just suck it up.
I'm just gonna mark him off. He got no
got
points
food poisoning.
at all.
The loser gets no points.
James did roll high enough. James is actually going to walk over to Torrance and be like,
This must be really uncomfortable for you. I'm so sorry about that. There's just, I actually don't really like being around people too much either, honestly. You said you like a lot of books. Do you have a library? And he goes, oh, we have a massive. It's actually 3 stories tall. My father, he built onto his library and he built on a 3rd level just for me so we could import more books. And he's gonna try to build on a 4th level so that he before he dies, because he's getting really old and everything, and he's gonna try to do a 4th level. And he goes, well, yeah, show me this library. And they go off to the library.
Oh my God, get back here.
Hey, I'm watching all this go down.
Sarah failed. Sarah actually failed. Wait, no.
That's because Prayaria surreptitiously, while dancing, pushed her over a balcony.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sarah
Whoops.
actually just made it because they have a +3. Sarah actually just made her check. She is going to she's gonna go over to Torrance after they she's gonna also go into the library and somehow she's going to look over at James and be like,
James, Lord Alehammer's asking for you. He is very insistent.
and James goes, oh, really? Oh, okay. And he leaves the library, and Sarah is just gonna like put her hands behind her back. She's gonna kind of walk up to him, and she's gonna,
Torrance, I just wanted to let you know that I think you're wonderful.
and she's gonna kiss him on the cheek.
Oh my God.
Magic missile, 4th level.
Oh, we're gonna take her out. She's
Yeah.
gotta go.
You gotta go.
Hunter's
That
mark, favorite foe. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And that will end round 3, and that is the end of the first phase. Phase 2, you must use your resolve points now.
I have a very specific scene that I would like to do that I think would involve resolve points.
You can, in the document that I sent, you can spend your points in a variety of different ways that will change the narrative. So there are two things that you can do. You can dance, or you can do a drinking game. You all kind of see some other individuals playing drinking games.
Said during this phase we can also interact with other party members and talk to them real quick too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And does that make us use resolve points if we're just talking to them?
I would say the only way to use resolve if you're changing the narrative with Torrance,
okay.
with Torrance specifically, that would cause you to use a resolve point. But you all see some other dwarves playing some drinking games. Looks like Never Have I Ever. And that kind of inspires you guys to possibly play a drinking game. So you can either play a drinking game or dance, which will be performance checks.
There is a very specific thing that I would like to do that'll take a hot second, because it's a two-parter. And to begin, it will need Finn and Clay Nichols.
If it's a two-parter, you will need to use two. How many? You have 3 points. You'll have to use 2.
I'm going to begin by taking Nichols and Finn and Cynthia aside.
Well,
and
it's not your turn yet, though.
Oh, is it still on initiative? Okay, sorry.
We're still we're still in initiative for this. So
real quick, what's the resolve point count? Somebody's asking in chat.
Yeah.
So just want to make sure we establish that, right?
That one.
For everybody.
Yaga.
Yeah, Prey has 3 and all that.
Okay.
There were 3
Okay.
rounds?
I was
think I have 2.
wondering, like, what do you mean? I thought they were asking me what the resolve points were for a second. Okay. So Praeria has 3. Esperise has 3. Uri has 2. Finn has 2. Luden has 1. Sarah has 3. James has 2. And Max is out because he never got any. He rolled so terribly.
He came to eat and go home.
Yeah. Oof, okay. 2 points.
All right. So, Praeria.
Yep.
You may spend as many or as few points as you want on your turn. There are only 2 rounds in the second phase. I'm sorry, the second phase.
All right, cool. Where's Lord Alehammer at?
He's at the head of the table talking it up with Muddy about the fart.
I would like to speak to him.
Okay.
Okay, so Ferrari's gonna come up and she's gonna ask Muddy if she can have a moment with his ale ship. And she's going to ask, so many guests you have. The one I danced with. You know her?
Oh, Sarah. Oh, yes, I do know her a little bit.
What can you tell me about her? She seems quite...
Well, I don't know her personally, but that over there, her brother, if you want to know more about Sarah, I'm sure that he could tell you more.
All right. Is
They
her
don't
brother...
really like each other.
They don't. Okay. Is her brother James? Or is it another person?
It'll be some other random person.
Okay, so you pointed him out. Can I, still on my turn, go talk to that person?
Yeah, this all counts. I'm counting this. I'm
Awesome.
trying to make it.
Go.
It has to make sense narratively, so I'll tell you when.
Awesome. I'm just gonna flag him down. Gary's free to dance or whatever Gary does.
Okay. All right.
Excuse me. Is your sister Sarah?
Yeah, that's my sister. Why you asking?
Oh, no reason. We sat together for dinner. She's very... What is the word? toward the Alehammer son.
Oh yeah, she is talking to Torrance a little bit.
She is very pretty.
That's the one thing she's got going.
Well, someone might see such pretty girl with one so to himself as Torrance. Might think maybe less of her. But that is silly. She loves him, correct?
Go ahead and make a straight charisma check for me, and this would be one of your resolve points.
Okay. Come on. Oh, come on.
Ugh.
Not when they need it.
Not when I need it.
It uses up. Hold on. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not how that works. I apologize. You don't make a roll. This will use up one of your points. You don't make a roll. I forgot. This is a new thing that we're doing.
Okay.
He uses up one of your points, and he says, honestly, no, she's not in love with the guy. She's just really, really wanting to, get the guy's title, and, he's got a lot of money.
It's respectable.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants. She doesn't give. She's honestly, she doesn't care about the guy at all. She just really, she's a terrible person.
Oh.
Terrible.
Well, that is a shame. That is quite a shame.
I know. I can't even believe that. She's my sister, and I have to tell people that that's my sister.
Well, surely you must want the best for Mr. Alehammer.
Well, he's a nice kid. Yeah, I definitely do want what's best for him. But it's like I'm not. Well, there's nothing I could really do. Like,
you could tell him.
I could tell Torrance?
Yes. I believe he is alone somewhere, and Sarah has disappeared. I would hate to think what would happen.
You may use both of your last 2 resolve points.
Oh, both of them. Okay.
If you would like to completely cut Sarah out of the competition.
That's 3
I would.
resolve points.
But
At this point, it's about saving the boy.
That doesn't leave any room for Gary. Using points to get Gary closer to him. So I'll let you. Would you like to use 1 point to change the narrative in some different way, or would you like to use both of the rest of your points to completely cut Sarah out?
She's like, do you want to win or do you want to save the party? It's up to you, Praeria.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're getting Sarah up out of here.
All right,
Dang.
you have sacrificed for the party.
Kicked it to the curb.
Gary has been removed from the front running.
For Samson.
And
Gary can still be happy.
But
he can still get with
Gary's
somebody.
making friends.
He's having a good time.
Chilling, bruh.
Maybe he can get with Sarah.
Hey,
Sarah is
nice.
out. Esperise.
Okay, here's the very convoluted thing I'd like to do, and I'm gonna summarize it so I don't take 2 hours to explain what I'm doing.
Okay.
First, I have to go to Finn and pretty much tell him, okay, just trust me for a second. I'm gonna gather Cynthia and Clay, and I'm going to teach them a group dance from Temple, which is, it's kind of a slow, it takes 3 people, and it's intermingling with each other, lots of eye contact, moving around each other and weaving. And then I'll say, I need to take a step back to see if you've learned it, but you need a 3rd partner. and I'm gonna go get our boy Torrence from the library, and I'm gonna try to get all three of them dancing together in this it's very unique, it's from another culture, it's a new experience, and it is very intimate for 3 people.
Okay. So... And where is this? Is this happening on the dance floor?
Is the music as upbeat as it is now? Because I would love to have them move into the balcony if it's getting interrupted by this beat, so it's just the 3 of them out there under the stars, dancing together.
Well, you can do it wherever you want.
I would like to move them to the balcony.
Okay, so you take Cynthia, and you take
Cynthia, Clay, and
Clay.
our boy.
And our boy Torrance. You take him out to the balcony.
I'm trying to get both of them points at the same time, essentially, yeah.
Okay. When you guys get out to the balcony, and Torrance sees that you're gonna try to teach him a dance. Torrance just kind of like freezes up, and he's like, dancing.
No, it's a very different kind of dancing. Like, I don't know how to do the kind of dancing you do here. It's very complex. But it's more what we do in the temple, in Sunrise. It's very different. It's a very foreign experience, I know. But it's more about push and pull and come together and switch places. It's more like solving a puzzle than dancing, if that makes sense.
No. I mean...
Here, Clay. I've been showing Clay how to do this. And we can trade off until you're comfortable, okay? Otherwise, we can do something else. I just thought you might like the kind of experience.
He just kind of looks at you, and like he's just frozen up. He looks terrified.
Okay. What can I do to get him to dance with these people?
You can continue to ask him, and like eventually he'll come back up. He'll come to the dance floor.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be a painful experience. It's learning about a new culture and something that's new to him. It's not like no one is judging him.
Okay.
Except Luden, but Luden's not on the balcony unless he's still throwing berries at us.
Strip on a couple of berries. Strip on a couple of berries. Make sure that he remembers this experience for the rest of his life.
Okay. All right. So how many? Go ahead. How many?
I'm figuring, since I'm trying to get him, I don't care who he feels romantically about, but just trying to get him to feel comfortable and close to both Clay and Cynthia at the same time, like feel like they're in his corner, they're having a good time together. I'm assuming that would use 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to essentially take something that he's terrified of and uncomfortable with and try to change that.
It's almost
In an
like
experience.
a trust thing. Yeah,
Okay.
I want him to experience it with these other people and feel closer to them through it.
Okay. All right. So you use 2.
Mm-hmm.
You see, he at first he is very uncomfortable and stiff. He is very clumsy. He trips over himself a lot. But with your direction with both of these individuals, you continue to encourage him and, kind of help him along. You take him to a little private area, and like he looks up and sees that nobody's laughing at him or nobody's really staring. Cynthia and Clay are very encouraging, and they're smiling and like. And at one point, is there anyone that which would you like to favor in this situation, Cynthia or Clay?
I would like him to be friends with both of them. If there's ever a moment where it has to be who he's going to forge a romantic thing with, I'm gonna throw to Cynthia.
Okay. Cynthia at one point will kind of look over at him and be like,
a lot of people think that I'm too happy and excited, and like she's kind of spinning.
some people find it annoying. And so I understand, what it's like to, feel like an outcast and to feel different. But I usually keep putting on a smiling face because it makes me feel good, and it makes other people happy too. And you're smiling and you're happy, and that makes me happy, and so that makes me smile even more. And Torrence just kind of turns a little red, and he's just like, I hate dancing, honestly, and I'm terrible at it, but it's not so bad with you guys. It's actually kind of nice.
Esperise is gonna duck out under the auspice of going and getting them drinks. What she's actually gonna do is just stand outside of whatever entryway or door there is and just fucking loot and watch. Nobody's getting in this doorway.
Let's go.
I'm gonna save my last resolve point.
Okay. Uramir, you have 2.
Ew, okay. So, I was alright, so we're gonna I see him outside dancing or whatever, and I'm gonna go to Lenora, and I'm gonna say, look, I know that the last time he danced wasn't quite what he was a little terrified, he was a little scared, afraid to lead, but with you being such a good dancer, I feel like we should give it another go. So once he's done dancing outside, I'll catch him. I will catch Torrence again and ask if he would like to give it another go. And as I do, I want to cast heroism on him to see if he can kind of mitigate this fear of dancing.
What does the spell do again?
Okay, so well, now it's written, it literally says, a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened, and he gains a couple of temporary hit points.
Okay.
Yes, but he is immune to being frightened, so he will not be afraid. He is imbued with bravery, and I'm kind of building off of, the confidence that Esperise so lovingly built for him out on the balcony, and so maybe he will be willing to give this. I want it to be a more intimate one-on-one kind of session with Lenora.
How many points do you want to spend?
Just.
You have 2.
Yeah. 1.
Just 1? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes. And I'll depending on how this goes, I might spend my other one too. But yeah, so I'll Irma will he'll say, I saw you dancing out there with the other 2, and it looks like you kind of got a handle on it. You've got a left and a right foot now instead of just 2 left feet. And as he pats him on the back, that's when he'll cast heroism on him. Be like, Lenora actually loves dancing as well. She actually wanted me to ask you if you wanted to give it another try.
At first he's like he gets PTSD almost, like from that last dance, and his eyes get really, really wide, and he's just like, but then you go pat, pat, pat.
Pat, pat, pat.
I think I can do that, and
Yeah?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I didn't do that bad outside. Let's give it a try. And he forges off. And he grabs her hand, and she's like, "Oh, are you sure? He's like, I think I can. Yes, I think I got this down now. Although you might not know how to do this new dance. This is the only dance I know how to do now." They start dancing, and it looks like they're supposed to be a third person, and so it looks like they're dancing, but it looks off, but they are dancing, and he's having a nice time.
As long as they're having a good time, that's all that matters.
He's having a nice time. There's supposed to be a third person, and he's dancing with Lenora.
Now, as they're dancing, he's on a high right now. He's feeling good about stuff. I would also like to cast dancing lights around them and kind of create this ambiance. And basically I want like while our boy is like, you know, he's having a good time, he's dancing with a pretty girl, you know, the lights start swirling around them in such a way that like it garners the attention of the crowd, so like everyone's kind of like turned and watching them. And between the lights and him looking at Lenora, like he barely even notices the crowd. Like he's just all caught up in this whirlwind of dancing and lights and feeling good and confidence. And yeah, and so by the end of it, like, you know, people begin to like, you know, they kind of, they don't have to clap for him, but you know, like they're, you know, kind of give a pat on the back, be like, wow, that was amazing, and stuff like that.
Luden's clapping for them.
My boy, I am too. I try to start an applause from the crowd after the music is over, the dance is complete.
Okay.
My other point.
Okay. All right, everyone's they're dancing. They kind of like back off, and there's these dancing lights that kind of come down, and the lights just kind of like dim a little bit, and it's kind, yeah. I mean, it is very Cinderella-esque, which is
the plan.
Kind of what you were going for in the beginning. And they just kind of like twirling on the dance floor, and Lenora's just kind of smiling. And Torrence is like, your name's Lenora, right? That's a really pretty name. And she's like, oh, you know my name? Oh, that's so nice. Honestly, you're the first person who's called me my correct name on the first try. Thank you. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry that I'm so sorry. That sounds awful. And strange. You do have a really pretty name. And as they kind of like dance on the dance floor. Alrighty. Ink&Lyre. You have 2 points.
So this is a 30-person dance, right?
Sure is.
I think I'm gonna swoop in. Swoop in smoothly.
I kill the lights. I kill the ambiance. Cut the music. Record
So Fit's been watching how this dance works and participated in the practice that Espere's threw, so he knows how exactly to slip in and just kind of join in and try and divert Torrance's attention by just like, wow, you and Cynthia look so good out on the balcony. Oh, hi, Claire. It's nice to see you again.
So are you just attempting to come in and join this 3-person dance?
I could roll like maybe what do you think, like a performance to kind of.
What is your goal here?
My goal is to swoop in, distract him from Lenora, and try and get him thinking about Cynthia again.
Okay. So that would just be using that would use one of your 2 action points. Is that if that's all you would like to do?
Yeah.
Or your resolve points.
He's gonna I'll do that. And I think he's gonna be like, well, she's still waiting for you when you're done with this dance. She's still talking about you. She can't stop talking about you.
Okay, so Finn, we'll use one of your points here. And Torrence is just gonna kind of look like he gets a little distracted. He's like he's got heroism going on him right now, as he kind of like looks back over at Cynthia and back at you, and then continue to dance.
Drop the spell.
You're looking so brave right now.
And he's like,
oh yeah,
I
lose concentration.
And he immediately just stopped. Like he's just like. But yes, he does look back and forth from you guys to Cynthia during that. Luden, you have 1 point.
Yeah, he does. Like, he's gonna look around at what everything's going on, look over at Deirdre, and he's gonna be like, and then he's gonna walk up, and he's gonna see our good friend Esperise, and he's gonna think wiser of it. He's gonna wait and see how the rest of this plays out for a little bit, and use a point during the resolution because he goes last.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, I see you. James is going to use...
James. Go home, James.
About him,
No one wants you here, James.
Do something about it.
James, we all forgot you were here, James.
Yeah.
Do something about it.
James is going to kind of take Torrance back to the library.
Yeah.
And he's going to kind of sit him down in one of the chairs, and he's gonna say, as Torrance begins to tell him about more of his books and everything, he's gonna go, "That's really cool. I don't know a whole lot about books and all this stuff, but I really like listening to you tell me about it. I brought you a beer too," and he kind of hands it over to him, and he goes, Torrance goes, did you know that the Latin name for hops is Humulus lupulus? Lupulus means fox. It's kind of silly when, beer isn't made out of foxes. And James will just kind of smile at him, and he'll say, there are so many people who are so much smarter than me. You're so smart. It's really nice to not be made fun of for, not being super intelligent. And you don't seem to mind that I'm not that smart. And Torrance just kind of looks at him, and he's like, I think you're smart. There's different kinds of smart. I studied them. There are lots of different kinds of intelligence. I just said there are lots of different kinds of smart. There are lots of different kinds of intelligence, and you're intelligent in your own way. I'm sure. And they just kind of go back and forth having this conversation with one another. It's going to be a very nice, intimate conversation, and he's going to use both of his points for that, where they relate on an emotional level.
Oh, dang.
Now I feel bad for yelling at James and starting James.
And with that, the last round, we have Esperise.
I would like
with your last
use
point.
My last point. I think, does Finn also have a point left over?
Yes, you have Esperise has a point, Finn has a point, and Ludin has his point. He's the very last individual.
My resolution point for Gumption Alehammer to get a real crick in his back, and he needs a massage. And there is a masseuse right here who can help him out with that.
Oh yeah.
You can do that. Can do that. Esperise, you use your last point. Gumption Alehammer is just kind of like,
well, I'm telling you, I get old every day. Crack. Oh, man. Hey, Deidre, I do believe you would you mind helping me out near here? It's my
the
lower
craziest
right
thing.
here.
She actually has massage oil with her right now.
Oh, do you? Oh, that would be lovely. Would you mind?
And Deidre's like, oh, I'm not working, but I guess I did bring it. It's true.
He goes, oh, you can have a couple shots of fire whiskey. Well, yeah, I'm not. There's no need for professionalism here. If you could just help my crack in my back, and then, it's all partying, right?
And she goes to help him like a chiropractor to kind of like crack his spine back into place like where it's supposed to be. The Ink&Lyre, your last resolve point. How would you like to spend it?
Okay, so Finn sees James and Torrance go off into the library. I assume it's kind of a room off to the side. It's not too far away.
It's a little bit more private area, but it's still like an open, the house is very open concept, so you can see into the over to where other rooms are and everything, but not many people are going off into the library.
Okay, and he narrows his eyes, and he looks over at Cynthia, and he's like, come on. And so he'll have Cynthia come with him to the library, and he's gonna peek in and be like, oh, James, come here. We wanted you to join us for a drinking game.
Okay.
And I'll use my last point to try and pull him away from Torrance. And Cynthia, why don't you give Torrance company while James is playing a game with us? You can play it with Esperise and I.
So you're trying to get
James.
You're just trying to get him away and like have them be in the library privately.
Yes.
Who?
Okay.
Who's in the library with James? Or
it's Colonel Mustard with a rope. No, I'm just kidding.
who is it?
If this works, then it's just Cynthia and Torrance alone in the library.
With Finn's last point, so Cynthia and Torrance now have the library to themselves, and Cynthia's just gonna kind of sit next to him, and she's just gonna kind of sidle up next to him, and she's gonna be like, you know, I never knew my parents. Your dad seems really nice. And Torrance is like, yeah. He's really the only one who understands me, honestly. Everyone else thinks I'm weird. And Cynthia's like, I don't think you're weird. I think you're just really smart. People are intimidated by things they don't understand. And by people who are really smart. I think that's what it is. And Torrance is just gonna kind of look up at her, and he goes, thanks. I'm sorry you didn't know your parents. And he goes, oh, it's okay. I had the halls, you know, the halls of might and the people there, and I got to know them, and I got to meet tons of people, and it wasn't so bad. It really wasn't so bad. But your dad seems really nice. You've got a really nice dad. And they just kind of share this super sweet little cute little moment together in the library, and and the last thing Torrance will be like, no, I actually really like your dress. It's different. I like different. And she just smiles and beams. And that will use up Finali's last point. Luden, you have the last point. What would you like to do?
Well, our girl Deirdre is no longer in the running. But that's okay, because we still have a friend, Alona, right? And I mean, it's just gold, so Luden will walk over with Alona. And he'll be like, you know, I admittedly the one that assumed your name was Caroline, but, you know, you seem to have a really good connection with Torrance in there. So let me come help you out a little bit. I just need you. There's one person in there with him right now. I think I can get them out. I promise you. But he might be a little frazzled when this person comes out. I'll be helping him out. Don't worry. But maybe you can go in and, you know, settle him down a little bit. I think. I just have a feeling that no one else is gonna bother you guys. Is that okay? And Luden's not even gonna get the response. He's just gonna pray that she does it. He'll walk in, and he will see the two of them there, and his eyes will cloud over and go black for a second. And that little shadow on his arm will start to spin around. As it spins, there's a little blood that goes down his arm, and he will point at our good friend, and he will use his blood magic and cause them to be bound. And as they be bound, he's going to amplify it, causing him to take some damage, of course. But it's worth it. I mean,
What is going on?
Are you gonna kill her?
So,
Fine level up.
And what are you doing?
So, This blood magic just binds them and makes them not be able to move. He's gonna amplify it, and so I'll roll a d4 to take my damage. And it will cause them, I'm gonna use my resolve point to make sure that they fail their check or save. It will cause them to seize up for a full minute as I take my damage.
Okay.
And as I see them seize up, I'm gonna run in and be like, oh my goodness. I think this might be because they're with you, because it's not a lie. And I'm gonna get them some help. And he's gonna pull her out of the room and take her back into where everyone else is dancing, but really far away, and be like, Deirdre, I think this one could use some help with your massaging powers. Please, she's seizing up right now. And then as he does that, he's gonna wink at Alona. And
Lenora,
whatever her name is.
You called her the wrong name.
There you go. He's
Lenora.
gonna wink at her and let her go do her thing as he's pulled the only bit of competition that might absolutely, destroy his happy time away.
Is Torrence still bound too? Is he still stiff?
No, Torrence isn't. Torrence has nothing. This has had nothing effect on him. This has just been a ploy to scare him. But also, at the end of the day, the person that I'm dragging, Cynthia, can do nothing about it.
So you just had Cynthia seize up, not Torrence.
No, Cynthia's the only person that seized up. I grabbed her and pulled her out of the room and pulled her to the dance floor.
Okay.
Yeah, and yes, exactly, and screamed at Deirdre, who is massaging Alehammer, so she'll get to it in some point, right, Esperise? And we'll hold her down and like, oh my goodness, hopefully our masseuse can get to you in time.
Finn, I feel like Luden really doesn't want to hang out with you.
It kind of hurts my feelings.
So.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god, what is happening right now?
Look, you guys put me in a social situation.
You had to use the blood ritual.
So I used what I could.
Okay, let me think about this for a sec.
Is this going to make Torrence more attracted to this weird lady who comes jogging in after the nice girl he was talking to paralyzes in fear? Is that
Torrence is like, as she gets carried away, like Torrence is just like, oh, is she gonna be okay? Is she gonna be okay?
It's his fault.
I mean, this is, like I said, I feel like she was with you and she seized. She's gonna be okay, I think. Maybe talk to someone else though. And you pull her off.
Okay, you just kind of like push Lenora in and she just kind of stumbles forward. And she's just like, her hair is a little flustered. She's just kind of like, and Torrence is just confused, like, this has been happening a lot all evening, and I don't know why. But hello again. And Lenora's like, she just kind of comes and sits down next to him. She's like, honestly, I wouldn't mind just sitting here in the quiet. It's kind of nice. I don't want to be pushed around anymore or called the wrong name. This is kind of nice. And he's just like, do you know the invisibility spell, Lenora? She's like, no, but I do know our store has cloaks that you can wear that make you invisible sometimes. I go in there and I put it on and I hide from Marbell. And Torrence is like, I've met her, yeah, I get that, yeah. And that is their moment that they share. Oh my god, so that is the end. Okay.
Dude, coming in clutch. I
love it. Wow.
Okay.
Help me out, Ermir, on the dance floor.
How
help
do you-
this person.
I've got you. Let's see what we can do.
So, oh my god.
As long as Cynthia doesn't mind.
The party is starting to wind down and come to an end. At some point, Lord Alehammer looks at you all and smiles. He has some of his servants bring you another round of gumption and says,
I see, my boy seems to have found someone that understands him. There's something there. It's genuine and true, and it'll be sturdy just like this mountain. And he wouldn't have found that without all of you. Thank you. I can't tell you what a weight you have lifted from me. I can rest at ease now, knowing he's gonna be okay. A budding friendship. A true and good one.
Can I tell you something, Gumption? Esprie's is going to be holding a tankard in her hand as she says this. Maybe slightly exaggerating how much she has drunk. The thing is, it just really makes me happy to see other people happy. And seeing your son forming this friendship, this kindling is so wonderful. And I just can't help but think about... our good friend Vigor, yeah? Who, you tried some of the fuzzy navel, yeah?
Oh yeah, that does remind me about your friend Muddy, yes. You know, he has a bright future ahead of him. Extremely talented and bright. Needs some help with naming his inventions, but that's an easy adjustment. Fart, that's a terrible name. I haven't told him yet, but I'll be funding what he calls the roving wheel. I believe that's what he calls it. I think him and Belgain would make an excellent team. He might not realize it right now, but I hope he will.
And he just kind of like winks at you all.
Don't go telling Muddy my secret just yet. Not that you could, and not that I haven't tried to tell him that I'd fund him. I knew I'd fund him about 5 minutes in. He's just so excited, I haven't been able to get a word in. I'm gonna see how many ales it'll take to slow him down a bit so I can get a word in.
We have not found that number.
And he looks to you all and he's like,
Thank you, once again. I really like Cynthia.
Yeah! Get ready to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, oh, yes, she's very pleasant. Mr. Alehammer, I hope they're very happy together.
Then he just stares, and you guys, like, straight up just see a tear. Then he'll look at Eramir and he'll be like, can I have my gold back?
Yeah, he's already got the bag out.
He'll put his gold back in his pocket.
Lord
and he'll
Ale.
just go ahead and start walking back to the fuzzy navel by himself.
My concern is, Gumption, how is our good friend Belgain, how is he going to, be helping with the roving wheel and be, tied down to be trapped in the nobility as it is? It's complicated, isn't it?
Well, like I said, I've been voting no, and although I do want to spot that caravis, more like a pail of... Yes, I wasn't gonna say it, but now that you did, oh, you reading my mind there, Eramir. But yes.
Minds think alike.
But perhaps it would do Belgate some good to move on, and I think this is what he likes to do. This is how he can do it.
I think that's wonderful. It makes me happy to see you so happy, to see your son so happy, to see all of us. She's gonna turn to Finn so happy.
So happy. This is the best party ever.
Ludin is thinking on his way back, like, not seriously, but really thinking, I should have killed her. Shot her in the back.
Deidre walks up and she's like, "Where's Ludin?"
He had to turn in early for the night. Just a bit too much, you know?
That's rather rude.
Well.
Well, alright then. I guess
can
I'll
walk
go
you
help my...
home.
Go ahead.
Are you staying? We could walk you home if you need.
Well, I mean, if he's already gone, I might as well make my way back to the fire whiskey table and, they're playing a drinking game over there. I think I'm gonna go enjoy myself.
James is really interesting to talk to. You should go talk to him.
Is he?
Yeah.
James! Why don't you come have a couple drinks with me? And he's like, alright, that sounds good. And he just they go over and they start drinking fire whiskey together.
Told you guys. Your love is priceless.
Yeah.
And
how long have we been at this party, by the way?
Oh, hours. Let's see. You guys would have gotten there in the evening, so it's probably like 11 p.m. at this point.
Like in my mind,
you guys have been
Gary
there for a
has
long
just
time.
been turning it up so hard. Like Prairie returns to the party, she's like got him slung over her shoulder. She's wearing his vest and holding his sandals.
Oh
like,
yes. He drank way too much, and he's like snoring, but like it's that sniffled snore because he's stuffed.
I am strangely proud. Go to sleep, we go home.
And with that,
I'm
Before
assuming
we-
that the High Curator is cool, right? He's just chilling, having
yeah, he's fine. He's having conversations. He's very social, and he's good at interacting with other individuals. He's very charismatic. He talks to people all day. He's
What about Lenora?
he's probably
where is
secured a couple
Lenora?
donations. He's probably
think they're
secured a
still
couple
traumatized
donations
in
to
the
the Halls
library.
of Brilliance while he's been here.
good. Aces and spades. I love it.
Lenora just kind of like
Who cares? She failed.
Lenora
Hey,
like
she's a person.
Lenora
Is
left.
she?
She has a name.
She has a name, and it's Lenora. We know it now.
Lenora left a long time ago.
Oh, man.
Before we end, I'd like to say, before everyone goes to bed in the tavern, Ludin's gonna hear a knock on this door.
You're in the same room with her.
Oh yeah, I am. Okay, hey Ludin, when are we getting up tomorrow to train?
I haven't
Like,
trained
what
since
time?
I've gotten to Digbrand.
Oh, well, we're going to start training tomorrow, right?
Where?
I don't know. We could go train outside.
I thought we were trying to get, well, in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Finn, I know we're gonna be training, like,
I'm just really excited.
I train. Man of my word. Quite literally cannot lie. But I haven't been training since I got to Digbrand for a reason. I kind of like to not have a lot of people around when we train. And he like realizes that he said we. He's like, a lot of people around when we train. Because if I screw up doing something and hit someone, that's not going to be good. So maybe let's wait until we get on the ship.
Okay, yeah. So we'll get Samson, and then as soon as we leave Digbrand, we'll start training.
He'll just turn over and
So
stare
excited.
at the wall.
He's gonna go take his spot between Esperise and Praeria and sleep happily.
Okay, I went back to sleep at the Vardo.
Beside Esperise and Ermir.
And
Esperise pretended to sleep through that whole conversation. Just like, nope, not a part.
And Ludin will go ahead and, before they all go to bed, I'm so sorry, he'll go out, it's like his last spell slot, he'll just cast Speak with Animals real quick. And he'll go over to Volpa and be like, so, just to let you know, I'm also in a little bit of pain, but I think we're gonna be able to get Samson back tomorrow. Or the next day. It's really soon. Sorry it took so long, but you won't have to listen to me bug you anymore. I hope that can be a little bit of respite and you can, sleep a little easier. And before I go, I will cast Goodberry and put all 10 under, right near her, and he'll be like, I know this is no substitution for what you're used to, but how about you can look a little better for when you see Samson tomorrow, huh? And he'll go ahead and go back to sleep.
Rayari is gonna look out from the Vardo, just I saw that.
Yeah, who cares?
You like the fox.
Ludin has the biggest heart of us all.
Yeah, Ludin's warming up to the party, yo. It's great.
You like us. You think
We're friends now.
I hate you all.
Oh, wait. Does that mean that Finn and Esperise took the bed and everyone else has to sleep on the floor? Is that what happened?
I'm sleeping in one of those little, whatchamacallits, the hammocks.
Hammocks? Okay.
Yeah, we took the bed.
Take it.
And with that, I think that is a good place for us to stop this evening.
Because we have to go get Samson next, right?
Samson will be returning.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Next episode.
Yes.
Prima boy.
You have secured your vote, so we'll go. The voting will take place, and you will return to Caravis to retrieve Samson.
Oh, speaking of voting, wasn't there a poll earlier? Who did
There
the chat
was a
think was gonna win?
poll. Thank you so much. There was a poll. Let's see what the poll results were.
I'm so sad I missed voting because I was gonna vote for Cynthia.
Caroline, Claire, Carla thought that they 64% of our voters
thought that Lenora was gonna win.
Which was Lenora because
I could have sworn it was a C name. I don't know.
We had a vote for Clay Nichols, the curator, and a vote for Gary, the shop worker.
I'm sorry I let you down,
Thank you for believing
I
in my
tried
boy.
so hard.
Nobody voted for Cynthia?
Nobody voted for Cynthia or Deidre.
Look, chat, it's okay. Y'all knew I didn't have no social encounters in the bag. So
You tried so hard. Ludin resorted to blood magic for
You could have done it if you hadn't turned the rest of the party against you, because I did reach the point where I was like, as long as it isn't Ludin, the same way that you were, as long as it isn't Finn.
That's completely fine. No, he's look, it's okay. I feel like this is the most interesting outcome that could have happened. He's been cursed again.
So let me thank our new followers here this evening. Thank you, Legendary 2017 for the follow, KH Hawk for the follow, Cloudworks for the follow, Firearm of Mutiny for the follow, Mr. Meeseeks 2590 for the follow, Mr. Spock's Beard, Better in Harmony, Unit T _ Miss Lindsay Marie, Cryptics for the follow. Thank you, Danielle Lanois for the resub, 8 months in a row. Thank you, Cycle for the follow. Thank you, Apocalypsis. I like that one. That does sound really cool. For the follow. Thank you, Kareem Zamir for the raid of 20. You also, Kareem Zamir, also with the follow, and you won the giveaway this evening too. So just amazing this evening for you. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, Mother Effing Fox for the follow. Thank you, Acebase for the follow. And thank you, Squid Squad for the follow. Thank you, Squid Squad for the follow. I love that. Oh, we're over 600 followers now.
Yay! Episode 30.
Yay!
Thank you guys so much.
Episode 30, and we got 600. How crazy amazing is that? How crazy amazing is that?
Love you.
If you enjoy our show, please consider supporting us with a sub or use that free Twitch Prime sub. It takes a lot of work, of course, to bring you this content every week, and we want to keep bringing you awesome content every week. Subscribers get exclusive emotes and access to the secret corridor on our Discord channel, where I share work-in-progress shots of my artwork, we share behind the scenes and some looks at what we're working on, and more. You can also catch up on all of our shows on our YouTube, which is Command YouTube, or !YouTube, so make sure to follow us on YouTube to catch up on all our shows. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/Ink&Lyre. Our other shows, we have our Twisted Fail show, which is our Tuesday show, which Deanna is in. She's a player in that game. That is at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is our Through the Breach Malifaux campaign, not D&D. But we use the Through the Breach system. Very steampunk Victorian horror. So come hang out with us on Tuesdays if you are interested in that. On Wednesdays we have Iron Valor, which is another Dungeons and Dragons show that we do. But we run through Wizard of the Coast modules. And right now we are running through Curse of Strahd. I am a player in that game. Brandon is a player in that game. Raina is a player in that game. And Daniel DMs that game. And then Short Rest is not happening this week because this Friday we have our charity live stream one-shot. Once again, that is going to be our Neverland, the Impossible Island charity live stream one-shot to benefit Child's Play. The charity that's the charity that we have chosen, and that will be Friday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Deanna will be DMing that. We'll have cast members from all of our shows involved in that one shot, and of course we will be giving away three codes as we hit donation goal increments during that live stream. We're giving away the module by Diana Gatta, which is Super Dylan on Twitter. She did that whole module, and we are using that, and we're also giving it away on stream as we hit our donation goal. So please come join us this Friday for that awesome charity live stream. Daniel is gonna find us someone to raid. It looks like he did, so I'm gonna initiate that. When we raid, please do send them some love, some snot. Oh, did Daniel start it already?
Doesn't look like it.
No, he didn't. Okay.
So
Raid. There you go. There you go. Send them some snog hearts, some huzzah mugs. Tell them that Ink&Lyre sent you. Just continue to share the love, follow them, and continue to be the amazing Dungeons and Dragons community, tabletop RPG community that you are, and support other creators as well. We hope you enjoyed the show this evening. We will see you tomorrow for some Twisted Veil. We love you all. Have an amazing evening, and I will see you on Fate's End back next Monday. Bye, guys.